What's up, everybody, and welcome to the show. This podcast episode is brought to you by IBOW Training. As you know, we talk about training pretty frequently here on the show, and the IBOW has some amazing people that they work with in their network. Are you a designer, rapper, sign maker, or beyond? If you want to invest in your creativity for the future, IBOW Training is the right choice. IBOW is the nation's first training organization to offer training in all aspects of the rap industry, from quoting, design, printing, production, and installation. They offer a variety of training options such as training at your shop, group training classes nationwide, and even private design and print profile training through remote login. With trainers nationwide, IBOW offers support day and night by phone, and many of their trainers are within a day's reach for emergencies. IBOW is growing and will continue to support the industry in a positive manner. For more information, please visit ibowtraining.com. We are also brought to you by We Print Wraps. We Print Wraps is the industry's #1 source for wholesale printed wraps. How easy is it to order wraps? Well, all you have to do is sell the job. Go to weprinwraps.com, choose your desired film for the installation, upload your design, and if you're not a designer, no problem. They can design one for you and get your wraps delivered right to your door. They offer free nationwide shipping all across the U.S. and Canada on all orders over $500. And for exclusive listeners of the All Wrapped Up podcast, you can get 5% promo code when you type in the word All Wrapped Up at checkout to save on your next order today. Less risk, no overhead, wholesale printing. See why the industry pros love them. To get more information, visit weprinwraps.com. Woo! Today is a long one, folks. My guest today is from San Diego and the lead installer at California Motorsports. Please give it up for the great and powerful Casey Mackay. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to All Wrapped Up podcast. We'll be interviewing industry-leading rap companies to share tips, tricks, stories, and more.
Not much. How about yourself?
Yeah, same old. You know, just fucking trying to get over this fucking cold right now I got going on.
I'm actually, it's, believe it or not, in San Diego right now, it's actually pretty chilly for I guess this time of year. So we've been having a lot of rain recently, but now that the rain's gone, there's no cloud coverage, so it's a little cold for San Diego, at least for my liking.
Yeah, I'll take rain over snow any day.
Being out here in San Diego, we're all about sunshine, so.
Yeah, lucky bastards.
Yeah, we pay for it too.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Touche. Holy shit. What do you got going on, brother? What are you working on this week?
Maybe less than an hour ago, just got rid of the Bugatti Veyron.
I saw that on your stories.
Yeah, it was fun, but certainly a challenge.
Was that the most expensive vehicle you've ever touched?
Yes. Definitely.
How stressed out were you?
I mean, not too stressed out. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, doing so many other different cars, you kind of end up seeing a car is just a car.
Yeah.
If you will.
Yeah, it's four wheels.
It's all a job.
Yeah.
It's all a job. So, I mean, I tell people this all the time too, because over there at California Motorsports, where I spend most of my time, we got Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and now this Bugatti, and there's always people that are outside, coming to check out those cars, and for me, because I'm constantly around these cars, it's like, well, you haven't seen one, or
Nah.
Because there's a bunch of looky-loos, when these cars are out in the parking lot, and they're like, oh my God, a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, and I will say that even though I do have a massive appreciation for these really expensive cars, it's nothing new to me now, though. It's I just see them all the time, to where it's just kind of normal.
It's like seeing a Honda every day for you.
exactly.
Just, hey, there's another one. Nah, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, nice car, but yeah, I've seen plenty of them already.
Yeah, they're overrated.
Yeah, the Bugatti was a little different story though. You know, I mean, when you got a car that's rolling into the shop that costs more than a lot of people's houses, you know, it's kind of something else.
Yeah, the car costs more than the shop type of deal.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, gosh, I think so. The guy that owns it, he's a motorcycle and vehicle injury attorney.
No shit.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously he's good at what he does. His name is King Amanpour, and I guess he was the youngest barred attorney in California.
Come on.
He got he graduated university at 16, and then he got his state bar at 21.
Wow, that's a
21 years old.
That's a smart dude.
Right, no kidding. No, I was just telling a friend this last night. It's like, you know your parents that say, oh, you should become a doctor, or you should become a lawyer. You know, that's the kind of lawyer that my parents were talking about, you know?
Yeah, you ain't getting that out of me, Mom. You ain't getting that out of me. I'm good. I'm going to be a rapper. Fuck that shit. You know? I'm going to put stickers on cars. I'm not going to go to no courthouse and make millions of dollars a minute. I'm going to put stickers on cars for those types of people.
Right.
Oh, man. Wow, that's amazing. So how old is this cat now? Gosh.
I don't know.
Is he still young? Is he under 30?
No, I think he's probably close to 50 now.
Wow, so this is going back way long time ago then.
Right.
Holy shit. So he's worked hard. Fuck it. You know what? He's worked hard for his money.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
You know?
He's got another vehicle. He's got this truck, and he rolled up in it last week, and then he brought it today, and you know, I guess it's not any of my business what else he does. He only does do you know, just the attorney thing, but his truck that he brought in, it's like an armored vehicle. The glass on it is like 2 inches thick all the way around, and
wow.
I don't know, the guy's just got stupid money, and
hey,
obviously if you got a Bugatti, right?
If you got it, spend it. Fuck.
Right.
When you die, you can't take it with you. You might as well make do with it, you know?
Right.
That's amazing, dude. Well, talk to me a little bit about the Bugatti. It looked like you guys did it in a gold chrome, obviously, right?
Yeah. And I'm not really one to ever track anyone, but I was under the impression that I was going to be wrapping this car first.
Yeah.
And then someone else was hired to do it, and it was like, you know, multiple people. I think one weekend there was like 4 guys working on it or something, and you know, even I had some other projects going on in the shop. Like I had a Maxima going on that was going in Ghost Foot Pearl,
yeah,
and then a BMW, a Mercedes. So I was loaded with work. You know what I mean? So so I guess in business perspective, it's not, you know, abnormal for someone to find someone else to do it and, you know, get it done because, you know, me being the master rapper at California Motorsports, you know, I'm just way too loaded with work to, you know, if someone wanted that Bugatti done, you know, I probably would have been spending all my time on that Bugatti and not those other projects.
Yeah.
But obviously that's, you know, that's money waiting to be made that can't be made because we're focused on Bugatti and whatnot. But so the guy that did this is, I mean, you know, chrome is the hardest material to work with by far. Right. You know, in terms of how thick it is, and you know, trying to get corners laid down real nice. I mean, the work just wasn't really good from when these other guys did it, and but again, I just kind of stepped back and, you know, I let everyone else kind of step on their own dick, you know what I mean? I'm not going to speak my mind, you know? And so, you know, so I just kind of kept my mouth quiet, and then there was a day where, King came in and he saw some of the work, and it was mostly like some of the edges, like they weren't like cut short, but they just weren't sticking down too well. Obviously spots that maybe these guys should have used some primer or something. It was just a lot of details that weren't too beautiful. And then if you're familiar with chrome, if you overstretch it a certain way, it will kind of get that cloudy effect to it, and you can leave finger marks in it, and then I'm seeing these guys using torches, and then immediately I'm thinking, God, you're not even using the torch with chrome, like why are you like no.
Yeah.
But again, I just kind of took a step back and said, okay, well, let these guys do it, and but yeah, it came time for me to come and save the day.
Yeah.
So after I got most of all these projects done that I was talking to you about before, now they asked me, hey, can you help us by rewrapping this thing? I said yes, because I was under the impression I was going to do it first anyway, and but I mean it all worked out good. I did end up saving the car in the day, and now everyone's happy.
That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Right, exactly.
Was it just the standard gold chrome? Was it laminated again to get it that extra?
No, it wasn't laminated, but it's just regular Avery chrome. Here's another thing too. This attorney, he has other cars, and they're all wrapped in gold.
They're all wrapped in gold.
He's got a Lamborghini, a Aventador. He's got a Rolls Royce that's wrapped in gold. Gold is his whole theme. You even go into his office and it looks like the Taj Mahal,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's his office is full of nothing but red, gold, and it's
top.
That's this guy's theme.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just too much for me. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to be, you can't like shine away from that regardless having those nice cars. Like, people know you, but then having it gold on top of that, it's like, ooh, look at me.
Right. And I know I believe his office is downtown San Diego, and he usually has those cars parked right out front. I mean, it's good for business as an attention grabber,
Oh, absolutely. Or it can be something else where it's like, ooh, I don't know if I can afford this guy either.
Right.
But if you're willing to spend the money, he'll probably be the best advocate for you to get out of whatever you gotta get out of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. He's obviously making some good money, which means he's probably pretty good at what he does.
Right. Win-win for him. Holy shit. So how many days did you have on it doing the car and repairing whatever you needed to repair and all that good stuff?
Probably like a solid 5 days.
5 days. Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, any other material, I probably could have done it quicker, but, obviously with the chrome, having to be a little more cautious of, whether you're overstretching or overheating.
Yeah.
And, sometimes I get that too where, I'll be told to take my time on a car, but I know I can buzz right through it. But this is one where I definitely took that into consideration. Okay, I'm going to take my time on this damn thing,
Yeah. Given that you haven't done one yet, you don't know the right, because that thing's like a bubble. Like, it's really round. You know what I mean? The front, it's long. The fenders are really wide, and it kind of just comes up and around. Like, there's a lot of areas. Did you have to use a lot of knifeless, or did you do a lot of hand cut?
No, so I think the front fenders are seamed.
Yeah.
And then the rocker panels are seamed. I think kind of toward the back portion where the thrusters are. I think there's some seams there, but it's obviously nice and clean and flows right with the body line.
Right. That's the way you got to do it sometimes. Then,
Right, and I mean, it's what does kind of help. I mean, there are some hand cuts on there, but it is if you know chrome well enough, you know what kind of pressure to use, and it does help that the whole car has paint protection film on it.
Oh yeah. Do you mess with paint protection at all as well?
I'm looking to get into it more. I'm probably actually going to fly out to San Antonio to go take some classes with Expel.
Yeah.
I've done it before, but I mean, I've just been so into wraps, and for me personally, I'm highly ADD. So when it comes to like laying down material, I like to be really fast and quick and, you know, really knock shit out. But when it comes to PPS, that's a little more patience than I can sometimes have.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get water out of the material, getting out of these little spots, and I just don't have a whole lot of experience with it. I've applied it,
Right.
but I've just been more of the wrap guy than the paint protection guy.
Definitely.
But I know there's good money in it.
Oh yeah, definitely good money. But again, you know, your ADD kicks in, and that whole time and waiting for things to dry, and a lot of people want it seamless, so they want the edges rolled in and stuff like that. So then you gotta wait till it kind of airs out and dries out for a couple hours before heating those edges.
Right.
And then you can't even move on to the next panel because you're waiting for the other panel to finish drying with the with the overcut edges, and it's like, shit, where do I go from here? And you're doing every other panel and then playing back up later, you know.
Right. For me, and for me, that's like, you know, I guess one of the reasons I enjoy doing wrapping is because I'm terrible at painting, and part of that is because of my patience level. You know what I mean? I can't sit here and watch paint dry for hours and just go, okay, when's it going to be done? You know, can I touch it yet? Oh no, shit, it's not. It's still wet. You know?
That's funny. I mean, a lot of us have it, man. You know, as far as like the ADD and just the you know, preciseness of certain things and how we do things. It's kind of like you got a ritual and what you do before you start, and it's kind of mind blowing how everybody does certain things a certain way, but at the end of the day, it's the same result. You know,
right.
Whether you start on the back or you start on the front or you do the roof first, whatever the case may be, it's just funny that, you know, a lot of us rather get into like the hardest pieces.
Yeah,
like right up the gap.
And door handles.
Yeah, that's crazy. I want to do that shit at the end of the day. Let me rip through it so that way by 2:00, 3:00, it actually looks like I did something.
Right.
You know, there's nothing worse than powering through a vehicle that you've never done before, and you're just trying to figure out, you know, body lines and where you should kind of do certain things and whatnot, and trying to figure out your technique, and then, you know, lunchtime comes and you got like 3 panels done. You're like, what the fuck? Like, you know, I still got the rest of the afternoon to finish this fucking thing, and I'm not even done yet. Like, it's crazy. That could put a damper on your day. You know, what do you like to start on first? You like to get the hard shit out of the way first?
Yeah, I mean, mostly flat panels.
Yeah.
You know, and just like you were saying, you know, just kind of buzzing right through it. I'll start out with the hood, the roof, the doors, and depending on where I'm at that point in the day, you know, I'll just go ahead and lay the quarter panels down real quick.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, obviously bumpers. I mean, depending on the car, I think for me, in terms of the highly manufactured vehicles, BMWs probably take the longest.
Yeah.
Like BMW front bumpers are nightmares. That can.
A lot of inlays and shit.
Oh, so many inlays. It's an all day project just for the bumpers.
Yeah.
Easy.
That's crazy. Do you mess with taking shit apart too, or do you only focus on the wrapping aspect of it?
So I mean, where I'm at right now over at California Motorsports, they're not just a motorsport shop, but they also are a collision shop.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to do any of the disassembly, which is really nice.
Lucky.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I'd have to say you're a little spoiled.
when I first started out, and started out doing this myself, I did take all that apart, so I know what goes into it. And even sometimes with the collision guys, if there's a certain car that's there, and you know, I can say, oh, it's done like this. And going back to BMWs, when you take the door handles out, there's the
screw,
the lever that opens the door, you know, you can kind of stick your finger in there and open it up if it's closed.
Right.
But there's some certain BMWs where if you close it, it has a latch. So you've got the main handle portion, and then you've got like the little stub part at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And in order for that latch to unlock, you actually have to push that in first and then click it. And this was just like last week where one of the guys over at the body portion, you know, he's asking me, you know, what the hell happened to doors? You know, there's two doors that aren't opening here. And yeah, especially with these European cars, there's always some little trick to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man. And so, you know, we're sitting there for like 15, 20 minutes. What the hell? You know, there's no way there's something wrong with these doors. They didn't just break on their own. You know, there's got to be a trick to it, and that's where I took that little butt end of the door handle piece, and I pushed it in, and it clicked. I said, "There it is." I knew it. I knew there was some business. You know.
Wow. But those are the tricks you need to know. If not, you know, unless you got the window rolled down, you're screwed.
Right.
You know. Holy shit. I don't think I've ever wrapped a BMW before.
They're pretty easy.
I can't say I have. Mercedes I have. I've wrapped plenty of Mercedes, and those bumpers are okay. Unless you get like an AMG front bumper, then that kind of sucks.
Right.
But it's still not that bad.
Yeah, no, I challenge you next time you see a BMW, just study that front bumper and you'll see what I'm talking about, because they're almost all like this.
Oh God, yeah, I watch a lot of videos that Premium puts out. Daniel Sanchez from Premium.
Yeah.
He just wrapped the BMW, and he actually showed how he inlaid certain spots and stuff, which is great. I think what he's doing with his social media and his platform for Instagram is great, because someone like me who's never done a BMW, I'll be like, yeah, I'd be scratching my brain where to start this fucking thing.
Right.
You know, you've got so many, you know, little valleys and craters and inlays and overlays. It's just like, okay, where the hell am I going to start with this? It's like, it's a puzzle.
It's definitely a head scratcher.
Yeah, it's a puzzle. And unless you're taking pieces of scrap and trying to figure it out. I mean, you're an hour into the bump and you still don't have the thing wrapped, you know?
Right.
You know, it's one of those things. It's like, okay, well, I've already spent an hour of, you know, R&D on it, and now it's time to wrap it, and half the day's gone, and, you know, it is what it is.
And then sometimes at that point you go and do it and you didn't even get it right.
Right, you still fuck it up.
Damn it.
Yeah. How did all that happen? You know. Hey, but that's the name of the game. You gotta take some scraps and test it out, see where it seems the best or where you see it less, and figure it out from there. I mean, all of us had to figure it out at some point. Nobody has a guideline online that says, hey, you know, you're doing an M3. You know, this make model, and you got to seam it this way is the best that works for me. Which, you know, in turn, maybe somebody should create something like that for somebody like us.
Like,
you know what I mean? Yeah, just be like, hey, you're looking for this model? I've already wrapped one. Here's the best way. Right. This is what it looks like. Here's all the places, 1, 2, 3. You know, mark them. You know, do this one first, that one second, and then wrap the whole bumper after. That would be pretty cool. I'd take that. I'd take that advice.
Right.
I'd pay for that prescription.
No kidding.
Shit, man. Are you on the Rap Institute or anything like that?
Yeah, I am. That's actually that's who I owe most of my I wouldn't say my success, but you know, in terms of how I am at my craft, I definitely owe a lot of it to Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been a member now?
About 3 years.
Wow.
3 years now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What inspired you to get into the industry at first?
So, I mean, this all just kind of fell into my lap. You know, I never I never intended to be a rapper. I never like thought, I didn't just wake up one day and say, hey, you know what, I want to be a rapper.
I want to put stickers on cars today.
What's that?
I want to put stickers on cars today.
Right. No, but what this all stemmed from is, I've been in the local car community here in San Diego. I had a Volkswagen Passat, a station wagon, dropped to the floor, scraping my oil pan all over the place, and, wheels that don't properly fit on the car, and
nice.
So I've been in the modified car scene for years now, and the way that it started is there is a show in Vegas. It's called Woost, which is it's a European car festival.
Nice.
And it's Volkswagens, Mercedes, BMWs, Audis, Fiats, you name it. And we take over the parking garage. We rent out the whole parking garage, and it's all modified European vehicles. And all the people that I've met out there, I only usually see once a year. People from Utah, Colorado, or you name it.
Yeah.
And so one year when I went to go to this event, my car was black before, and I'll say right now, even though I absolutely dread, despise, and hate plastic it,
How dare you say that on the podcast?
I kind of have that to thank for me getting into rap. So my station wagon, it was black, and I guess it was probably somewhere 4 to 6 weeks before the event. We're gonna go out there, and I just kind of wanted the car to stand out a little more. It's just plain black, and I'm a huge fan of the color purple. And I bought a whole bunch of cans of Plasti Dip. I even bought like some metallicizer, and I was really trying to make it pop out. But at the end of it, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, God, this looks like shit, man. This is not what I was going for at all.
A couple $100 of pain and a nightmare peeling the shit off after.
Yeah, I mean, there were some things that did look really great, but I think it's what really turned me off is when I was doing the roof. Mind you, it's a station wagon, so it's a long roof,
right?
And I'm sitting there trying to lay it down, and making sure to overlap my strokes, and but I'd come over, I'd do one half of the car, and then I'd come over to the other side and start spraying from there. But all of the overspray was just like getting on to the other half, and it just sprayed, so it's like making it this textured look. You know what I mean? It wasn't it wasn't this nice, even, matte looking finish that you should expect. So, I'm sitting there the next day peeling all this shit off. God damn it, this is not what I was going for. And so then, by the time I got that all peeled off, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, well, I've got two options left. I'm either I'm gonna order this roll of vinyl wrap, and my buddy actually introduced me to Metro Resale, and he's seeing where to get the wrap at that time, and so I ordered a roll.
Purple, obviously.
What's that?
Purple, obviously.
Yeah. Well, let me back that up. So between my options, it was either order a roll of vinyl wrap, or I'm just going to go get some really cheap paint job, $600 somewhere.
Yeah, a little make-out job.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the car was in 1997, so by all means, the paint was in 1997 fresh, So I'm at that point, I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm going to either order the vinyl wrap stuff and see how that works. If that doesn't work, I'm going to go get a cheap paint job. So I got a roll of Hexus Medusa Violet, I think it's called.
Wow.
So yeah, the nice bright purple. And, I started laying this stuff on. By all means, I didn't really know what I was doing. Definitely not compared to what I know now. But I was really interested in the way that it worked. I enjoyed it. And I think the thing that really piqued my interest is, I knew where the flaws were. And besides that, there weren't many people when I'd go out to, car meets or car shows, and nobody could really point those
flaws out.
Those flaws out, but
Right.
I knew where they were.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the end of it, I had always wanted to know, what can I do to make this better?
Mm.
How do I not fuck this up like I did on my car?
Mm. It piqued your interest.
Right. Well, I was never short of questions.
Mm.
I was never short of questions. You know what I mean? I wanted them answered, and I wanted to know how to fix it now.
Tonight. Let's get it done. That's so funny.
So going back to the car show out in Vegas, I had this Volkswagen Passat, and then my buddy David had a C43 AMG. He had his, on airbag suspension, and after I got done with my car, about a week later, he said, "Dude, I just ordered a roll of Vivid Blue." And I said, "Oh yeah?" He said, "Yeah, you want to help?" I said, "Hell yeah." So I helped him wrap the C43. It was silver before, and he went with this bright Vivid Blue. And then we get out to Vegas, and we see a lot of friends that we haven't seen in since last year and whatnot. And we were almost kind of a little center of attention. Oh my gosh, you guys wrap your cars, they look great. And we park next to each other. I've got this bright purple car. He's got this bright blue car, and they're not so drab anymore. They're we're the Skittles sitting in the parking lot there.
You got dubbed. You got dubbed a name or two.
Right. So at that point, it just kind of turned into a snowball effect. When I was doing this, I had actually been doing stage lighting. I had been doing stage lighting for the greater part of about a decade now.
Wow.
And it's good money, but the way that the industry works, it's really all over the place. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a who you know sort of thing. And
right.
I think if you're in that industry, your ultimate goal is to go on tour with a band and all this other stuff. But then you find yourself working at corporate events and dinner parties and all this other stuff, which is cool and all, but I don't know. It was more of a job than a passion and a hobby,
Right, get a paycheck type of thing.
Right, yep. Right. So, after that point, it just turned into a snowball effect to where, after this car show, after I wrapped mine and my buddy David's, I just kept getting messages in my direct messages through Instagram. Hey, how much you wrap my car? How much you wrap my car? How much you wrap my car? And, mind you, like I said, since I've been in the whole modified car scene, these people already know who I am, and they've seen what I've done with my cars. So now everyone's hitting me up. Hey, how much you wrap my car? How much you wrap my car? And I think after my car, my buddy David, I did an E36 M3 that had a wide body kit on it. And then my fourth car that I ever did was NSX.
Wow.
A bagged NSX.
That blue one, right?
Yeah, it was blue, and then I actually made it hot pink at one point, and now he went with paint this time, which yeah, okay, that's his choice, but
yeah. Damn you, pink on me again.
Right. But yeah, so just with those first few cars, it really gave me a good foot in the door, I guess, especially with that NSX. That NSX really, people love that thing.
Man, NSX is a unicorn.
Yeah, it's a timeless machine.
Yeah, that was what, 91? 91 NSX?
Yep, 91.
Ooh.
Yep.
Gem, dude. Thing's a gem. Yeah. You wrapped that one in what? Hexus gloss Olympic, right?
Yeah, Olympic blue.
Olympic blue, yeah. That thing was sweet, dude. And it's not that bad of a car to wrap.
Right, yeah, it's not too terrible. I guess the only thing that, So he did have an aftermarket front bumper, which did give me a challenge. But again, that was, the point in, the early stage of my career where I was trying to find these answers and go, how the hell do I do this? You know what I mean? That's,
Yeah.
I know that's not going to stretch into there. So, yeah, I mean, that's where it really started asking questions was with that car, especially with that front bumper. It's got these air vents right in the front.
Right.
Like kind of, I guess what you would consider for other cars, which would be the, like where the fog lights go.
Right.
But they're air ducts. And I mean, they're deep. I mean, they're like 8 inches deep. So, at that point with wrapping the other cars that I wrapped, my Volkswagen, the Mercedes, and then the BMW, those are all pretty flat panel, and that wasn't really much of a question. But with the NSX, that was a head scratcher.
Yeah, yeah.
At that point in my wrapping career, I'm sitting there going, "How the hell am I supposed to do this?"
Yeah. What year was that around? Now that you just started.
2015.
2015. So it's fairly fresh and new for you. I mean, 4 years right now.
Yeah, and I say this to people all the time. It's I've only been doing this about 4 years, but I guess my experience level is greater than some. I don't know. This is this is something that I truly enjoy, and this is something that like the best that I've ever been at something.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it feels good.
I feel you. It almost feels like it's your calling. Like, this is what I'm put on this earth to do. Put this wrap on and call it a day. I'm going to do that for the rest of my life. Done.
Right.
Some people go their whole life and don't even know what the fuck they do in their life. Like,
right.
They just, they go through the motions. And I've said this in like, I don't even know, like way previous podcasts, like beginning stages, like people fucking go to school, go to college, get themselves in debt, fucking work at that job that they went to college for, completely miserable, sitting at a cubicle or whatever they fucking did,
right.
Go through the motions of life, retire at 65 and then die. That's it. No happiness, no fucking whatever. They only did it for a paycheck or whatever. I mean, I'm not talking about everybody, but a lot of us do. A lot of us don't look outside the box. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. I mean, my method of, I guess, schooling, education, and whatnot. I was never one to follow that path.
Yeah.
I didn't go to college. I didn't do any of that crap. I went through the motions as it was, but I mean, I guess kind of just getting out of high school. Mind you, I'm 30 now, so it wasn't terribly long ago.
You're young.
Probably just,
You're young.
Probably just
30.
Just about a decade ago, and I bounced around from thing to thing. Even I got myself into like grocery merchandising, which is almost kind of like shelf stocking, but.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. But with that, I did end up working my way up to management, and I was really good at that. But it was just way too much of a corporatized, political sort of thing. To where I was like, God, I don't want to do this. This sucks.
Yeah, fucking. Working at a fucking store. That shit sucked. I did that shit I did retail for fucking 10 years, dude. I hated it.
Right.
I was good at it, but I hated it. You know what I mean? I could fucking sell you a pair of shoes, no problem. Fucking you're walking in there not even wanting to buy shoes, you're walking out with 3 pairs. You know what I mean? I was a fucking hustler, you know what I mean? But you know what? You do it, you make commission, you get a paycheck, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's just fucking, it is what it is. You get stuck in a rut, and as the years progress, you almost feel like you put yourself in a hole that you can't get yourself out of. You're like, fuck it, I've been doing it for 10 years. I might as well retire doing it,
Right, and then you start feeling like a slave to corporatization and all this other shit. And this is not what I want to do, man.
Nah, dude, what we're doing now, man, is so much better. Every day.
I completely agree.
Every day is an adventure. You got to touch a Bugatti today. I didn't, so I'm a little jealous. So it's like, you know what I mean? How often can you even do that? Some people don't even get the luxury of ever seeing one ever in their life. And here you are rapping one. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of mind blowing. It's like, honestly, you think about the amount of Bugatti Veyrons there are in the United States.
There's not a whole lot.
Just the sheer number. I'm sure there's less than 25.
Right.
Maybe.
Easy.
I might be wrong. Somebody can call me out on that, but it's probably, okay, let's just say it's less than 100. How many millions of people are there in the world? You know what I mean? And you're the only one in the United States that's touched one. Nonetheless, fucking wrapped it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mind blowing, dude. I'd be sleeping like a baby tonight if I was you. I'd have a nice fucking cup of scotch and a fucking cigar and be like, yep, my work is done.
Scotch is my shit too, so
you know? Yeah, man, that's the type of shit you celebrate too, because like I said, not everybody even gets to have that shit in their shop, and you know, you were able to do something which was completely wild. It wasn't just like a normal color change. It's the most expensive car out there, and then you're using the most expensive material on it. It's like a fucking win-win on that shit, man.
Right.
Amazing. I'm kind of jealous. Yeah. Fuck. I haven't wrapped anything in chrome, nonetheless a Bugatti, but I haven't wrapped anything in chrome. We haven't had anything. Dude, the market up here is so fucking weird up here in Boston. It's nobody really wants to wrap their shit in chrome, I guess.
Right. I mean, how is the market up there just for wraps anyways? Because, I mean, I imagine since, it snows so much up there, it can't be...
Commercial game? It's fucking strong, dude. Strong like bull. Fucking commercial game. Fucking color change? It's fucking hit or miss. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We
don't have the high rollers like you guys have down in the fucking sunny state of fucking California. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. We got nice sunshine out here to where, people don't got to really worry about, snow taking on and, the salt from the roads and all that stuff.
Well, there's fucking 5 feet of snow outside right now. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's fucking 17 degrees this morning. So.
How low was it?
17.
God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. Fucking shit sucks, dude. I thought, dude, you know what? Wasn't it like a fucking couple weeks ago the fucking guy didn't see his fucking shadow? You know what I mean? Wasn't spring supposed to start early? The fuck are we getting snow for still? You know what I mean?
Right.
You fucking liar. You fucking lied to me. And they said it's supposed to, dude, it just snowed yesterday all day. It literally snowed all day. And now they're saying snow on Thursday all day. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? I'm moving to where you are, or fucking Florida. Shit, dude. Shit's annoying. Just when you think you're just getting over it, it fucking hits you again and just reminds you, hey, motherfucker, I'm still here. Fucking, I'm just gonna dump some white shit on you, and fucking that's it. Good luck all week, See,
I feel like kind of an asshole right now because, you said it was 17 degrees. Right now it's about 54, and this is too much for me right now.
Dude, 54, bro, for me, it's shorts and a fucking goddamn t-shirt. I'm fucking out there, chilling, fucking, you know what I mean? Fucking sandals on. Fuck. You can tell when you got fucking... When you're walking around town, you could tell people that aren't from around there. You guys are fucking you guys are bundled up in fucking winter coats and shit when it's 50 degrees out, and you got fucking assholes outside with fucking tight shorts and a fucking tank top. They're like, soaking it in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. It's crazy. But I love it. I wouldn't change it. I keep on saying that shit, but I wouldn't change it. I like it that we get to see all 4 seasons. Gives me a fucking break from the heat. I can't take the heat too much. I get fucking aggravated.
I guess that's what's kind of strange too, is because, we get that out here too. I think, just last summer we were seeing, up to close to 120 in some areas, which is hot. But
Jesus.
I mean, I think in terms of hot and cold, I think we're a little more used to the hot than we are the cold.
Yeah.
But when it gets cold, when it becomes cold, we're babies.
Yeah, you are. Holy shit. It's hilarious, man. It just, I mean, I would probably say like 2 weeks ago, we hit almost 70, which was very odd. Very odd for we're just into February. I think it was the first week of February or last week of January. We hit like 67 degrees, dude. And literally, like, I'm at work. I'm like, t-shirt, fucking shorts. I'll take advantage of that one day. But then what happens is the next day's fucking cold. And then you fucking get the sniffles. And now all of a sudden you get the fucking flu. And then it's fucking game over for 10 days. You totally screwed yourself. You know what I mean? I laid in bed all day Saturday because I had the fucking flu. Today's the first day I actually got my voice back. I was kind of, like borderline losing it.
Right.
And today when I woke up, I'm like, fuck, I got a podcast today. I hope I don't lose my voice. I'm drinking a ton of water, having tea in the morning, trying to fucking get ahead of it. You know what I mean? And fucking, that's the only thing I hate is getting sick. And especially when you're a business owner. There's nothing worse than getting sick, and if you're a solo guy, dude.
You know you've got to get shit done, but you just feel like complete ass.
Dude, it's you fucking you got fucking tissues right up your nose, and you're fucking squeegeeing. Your eyes are watering. You're getting hot. You're getting cold. It sucks. It sucks. There's nobody there to pick up the pieces. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're not there to work. You're not making money, man. It's a roulette you play, dude. That's why I actually had this conversation today. It's, my buddy was like, dude, I need to get health insurance. I'm like, how many people in the industry have health insurance? Guarantee not a lot. Guarantee not. When he's like, yeah, I gotta have insurance. And I'm like, yeah, business insurance. He goes, no, health insurance. I'm like, dude, fuck health insurance. Go to the Minute Clinic. Go to fucking the other little places. You pay $100. They give you whatever you need, and you fucking move on. Oh, I need it. How about if I break an arm? And I'm like, dude, I ain't going anywhere where I even think of breaking an arm. You know what I mean? I love the snowboard, dude. I have a snowboard, and I haven't been on it in probably 10 years. You know why? Because I'm afraid to break a fucking limb. I break an arm, I break a leg. Dude, game over. I'm fucked. Fucked. Shop is closed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of us think, I hope a lot of us think like that because, look at what happened to, High Tech recently. His fucking name is escaping me right now. But dude, he fucking got into a biking accident and fucked up his whole leg. Like his foot.
Right.
He got stitches. Right. Granted, he's got a great company and he's got other installers that install. So he's able to continue the business, but he's got to stay off the leg. I think he just started driving last week after a few weeks of being off. It's crazy. Those are the things we sacrifice. Sometimes you're not able to do things that you love to do just because of the sacrifice of getting hurt.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck. Would you like to do any fucking crazy shit outside of rapping?
And again, it's not so much anymore. But I used to ride dirt bikes, and
see,
I'll still go snowboarding here, here and there. But yeah, it's definitely been a while since I've been doing this. But again, whether it's a good day or a bad day, it's always a good day when I'm rapping. Yeah,
I agree. I definitely agree.
It's a type of zen,
Yes, feel the same way, bro.
Yeah.
You listen to tunes in the shop, or you got headphones when you rap?
Oh man, no, I listen to tunes, and I get quite a few times I get asked to turn it down.
You just fucking get into
I fucking jam out, dude.
it? What are you fucking blaring over there?
But it's definitely a mix, but I usually got a lot of, I guess some of the new age rap, like Migos and Mosey and all those guys, and it's, I mean, I wasn't into that kind of rap before, but I guess the reason that I like it now is because it's motivating in terms of, like, you know, they're all about getting money and getting shit done, and, you know, being a baller and all this other kind of shit. I'm not a baller myself, but, you know.
Come on, don't lie. Don't lie. Come on. You can toot your horn a little bit.
But no, sometimes I'll even turn on some, you know, some like acid jazz. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with Dramatic.
Dramatic, no. Acid jazz? Is it like, like dance music with like?
Yeah, I mean, I'm all over the place. But even down to like 90s hip hop.
Oh, there you go. Now you're talking my language right there.
Yeah, Mobb Deep and you know, Nas, Black Star, all those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I guess it depends on the day. Or, you know, some days I'll even turn on reggae.
There you go. Fucking
a
little bit of country? No, not a country guy.
No, not country.
Well, you said you got weird, so I figured I'd throw it out there. You know what I mean? Like, I throw a little fucking a little country on once in a while. You know, break it up. You know,
right?
Why not? Fuck it. You know, sometimes if the rap music becomes a problem of where we're at and what we're doing and who's in the office that day. Just because people get fucking offended. They really take the words that they speak to heart sometimes.
Fucking bitches and fucking.
Yeah, it's like, dude, nobody's fucking doing that.
Right.
They're just fucking talking shit. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, there's even days where, you know, I'll even go in on a Sunday sometimes, and Sundays are good because, you know, that the shop is closed and there's no one there, and I just blast.
You're a fucking hustler. Working on Sundays? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, depending on, I think with this Bugatti, then pretty sure I was there on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the workload, but, you know, again, you know, Saturdays we're only open till 2:00. Sometimes I'll stay later, which is cool because, you know, no one is there to tell me to turn down the music.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure that the neighboring houses that are, you know, a block away can probably hear what I got going on. I'm surprised no one's called on me yet. But I mean, I blast the hell out of it.
That's funny. That's funny.
And you know. You can achieve the same sort of thing with headphones, but, you know, I mean, I guess in terms of, you know, you blow the hell out of your ears like that.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, and also, you know, I don't know, I like to be aware of my surroundings, I guess. So,
I hear you.
If someone's knocking on the door or something and I got my headphones in, I don't even know if anyone's at the door. And, you know. Dude,
you get a tap on the shoulder, you get the blade in your hand, forget about it. Somebody's losing a fucking limb. You know what I mean? It's kind of dangerous a little bit, but, you know, when you kind of want to get in your own space and kind of feel your own vibe, it's headphones are cool, but yeah, knowing what's around you. I mean, God forbid, are you like in a good obviously you're in a fucking good neighborhood because you got Ferraris and shit in your parking lot, but, you know, I know that some areas in Cali are kind of, you know, you walk down the wrong street, you better fucking turn around, you know?
No, and actually, I mean, the area that we're in is not the best.
No, it's not.
Not the best. No, it's so we're actually in El Cajon, and I don't know. I mean, there's a large homeless population that's out there, and I guess you'd kind of see it as like some areas of Riverside or something, or kind of somewhere out there in, you know, the Inland Empire.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of a dust bowl, you know. But
I seen a lot, dude. It kind of made me sad when I was down there visiting for RapsCon, down in Long Beach. I couldn't believe. I mean, I walked I walked out to the market to grab coffee in the morning, and I just couldn't believe the amount of people that legit, they have mattresses out in the sidewalks. And I watched somebody, legit, I'm sitting there waiting for my coffee. I watched one dude, like, pick up his mattress, put it up against the building. It's his own spot. Takes a wet towel, cleans his body real quick, gets his clothes on, and then walks away. I was like, holy shit. Like, that dude is living right there. And like, I watched him do his routine in the morning. I felt so bad. It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Well, you know, on that same point, I mean, yeah, I feel bad too. But we are in California. You know, where you're at in Boston, I don't think anyone wants to be homeless in Boston in 17-degree weather with 5 feet of snow, you know?
Dude, I say it all the time to my girl. I'm like, how the fuck do these people survive? Dude, and we had that huge blizzard a few weeks back where it was dipping, like, with the wind chill, below 12, below 15. I'm thinking about animals. Like, I'm an animal lover. So I'm thinking about how the birds, the fucking squirrels, they're all gonna fucking freeze. There's no way these fucking dudes are surviving tonight. No way.
Right.
And it's crazy to think, I see certain people around my neighborhood that I know are homeless, and I can only wonder, you know, what they do for shelters. I know you can go to shelters and, like, stay for the night, they'll take you in and stuff like that, but dude, it's fucking sad, man. I you know, there's one extreme, but then, like, California really, like, there's a lot.
That's the answer. They're not going to be sticking around there in Boston. They're going to find the next train to fucking LA or San Diego.
Right. Save your money and take the next fucking bus. That's where I want to go. If I ever don't make it, I'm going to fucking California. You know what I mean? Sleep on the beach. You know? Fuck.
That's just my own personal theory, but, you know, I can only guess that that's why there's so many, because, you know, who the hell wants to be homeless out in Boston or Minnesota or, you know, Ohio?
New York. Fuck, dude, New York. There's nowhere to go in New York. You got fucking rats the size of fucking dogs down there. It's crazy, dude. Like, dude, I'll tell you a story. I never knew that Long Beach or even California had a fucking problem with oh my god, it's escaping me right now. Roaches, bro, out in the sidewalk at night.
They're pretty massive.
Dude, I thought I was seeing things walking home at the end of the show at night. I'm like, did I just, like, I'm walking through, dude, they all come out at night. It's insane.
Yeah.
Dude, I was freaked out. I thought I was seeing things like dude, they're like probably the size of my fist. And they jump.
Close to Madagascar kissing fucking cockroaches. They're massive, I know.
No, I'm all set. I don't do good with that shit, man. Fuck that. I'm good. I'll stay inside. You know? Jesus Christ. I learned a lot being in California for 10 days. You know?
Right.
Shit, dude. I think the farthest I went was, I went to go see Rap Bully's facility. Over in,
where? I know they're here in Southern California. Where are they, though? Are they out in Riverside?
They're close to Riverside. They're a few minutes, from Riverside, but they have like 4 or 5 other locations that are within a few miles of each other, like 20 miles of each other. They've got a pretty good hold on the market in a specific area of Cali, but that was the main hub one that I went to, and I spent the day there, you know, hanging out with a bunch of installers, the owner, and talking about, I basically was there all day. It was great. They were awesome, by the way. Their hospitality, dude, gave me his truck to go grab dinner, because we had Ubered it over, and we videoed a bunch of content. I just still hadn't gotten to editing it, unfortunately, with the audio and video. But, dude, I literally have probably like 8 hours of content of that on that.
Yeah.
We're chalking it up, looking at projects, talking about their processors. Super, super nice. And the way they do things is streamlined, which is really, really good. Probably similar to what you have at your facility that you work at. Right. You know, how many other installers do you have working with you at your place? Because you said you're the lead installer at California.
Yeah, I'm the master wrapper, and there's maybe like 1 or 2 guys that come in every once in a while. Other than that, I handle it all. I mean, I run that place.
Really?
I completely run it.
Holy shit.
Like I said, you know, going back on the Bugatti, you know, you had some other guys that came and did it because, you know, in terms of certain timelines, I was so stacked where, you know, Ronnie, the business owner, he maybe felt that he could hire someone else and, you know, get this thing done while I can get my shit done. And, you know, and that happens. But, you know, for the most part, I mean, it's all me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, it's his brand and his, you know, business that's going out the door. Whether you did it or somebody else came in to do it for him,
right? He
wants to make sure it's 100%.
Right.
You know, especially with such a high-profiled vehicle and client. You know, what other high-end cars have you done other than the Bugatti? Just typical Lambos and Ferraris and shit?
Yeah, Lamborghini Aventador, Ferrari 458, I did a 488, a McLaren 650, and actually, so one of the 458s that I mentioned, he's actually about to be coming back in. It's wrapped in KPMS matte amethyst titanium, which is that purple. You know how I love purple.
Yeah. What, you sold them on that?
Well, so it's 2 brothers, and they own Smash Tech, which they're a marketing company, and they're like voted like one of the top places to work in San Diego, and they have built an incredible business for themselves to where obviously both the brothers own, they both have G-Wagons, they both have Ferrari 458s, and so both of their cars were wrapped. And so I did one brothers, and then my buddy Morgan, you can check him out, Morgan Wraps on Instagram. He did the purple one, but the purple one's coming back, and it's actually going to have a design on it, which I don't know if you know Kevin Putnam.
Okay.
Do you know Kevin? He's a co-founder of Rapfolio.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And Sir Lion Labs.
Wow.
So Kevin just came over last week or the week before, I can't remember, but he's designing a printed graphic for this 458, which is going to be on purple chrome.
Ooh.
Purple chrome, and it's got this like kind of like a blast away graphic, if you will, or a breakaway graphic.
Yeah.
Now, you know, we're here talking about the Bugatti and being gold chrome, which, you know, that's no issue going panel to panel, but, you know, this 458, now we're going to sit here and line up graphics on chrome and...
Yeah, no, pretty much make it seamless.
Yeah, I mean, it's really going to be a challenge, but, you know, I know for a fact I can tackle it, and I know it's going to go well.
Confidence, dude.
Yeah.
That's what's going to get you through it. You know what I mean? You you can't think of it and overthink of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just, it messes with your head. You start, you start thinking, can I do it? Can I not do it? And then everything goes to shit, you know?
Well, what was cool with Kevin, so Kevin is based out of Irvine, which is only like an hour and a half from here.
Yeah.
So the day that he came down, he went to the brother's office and kind of, finished up final renderings and whatnot. And since he was already in town, he came over by the shop, and we're actually able to sit down and like go over paneling. You know what I mean? Like whether I wanted one big piece to run from the door to the quarter panel,
right,
or whether it's going to be, do you need a separate piece for this, or can you use the same piece so it runs concurrent? And so that was really rad. Yeah, Kevin's a great guy.
It's always good when you can mingle with the designer and get it, talk the language of profiling it the way you would want it to be installed to make your life easier at the end of the day too. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, because this isn't the first time that I've worked with Kevin. I worked with him before, and so if you go on my Instagram, you'll see a Mercedes C63 that was done in a half and half,
mm-hmm.
which was like a half printed graphic, and the other half was brushed black.
Split down the middle.
Yeah, split right down the middle.
Yep.
But the thing was, is like I didn't have. Kevin actually never came over, and we didn't go over that paneling. So when it came to the front bumper, and with bumpers, usually you got to kind of like swing it around a certain way, whether you go up or down.
Right.
I actually, when it came to do the bumper, I'm looking at the way that it lines up, and I'm going, okay, well, this isn't going to work. No way, man. You know what I mean? So, and I've seen on your profile, Tisha, or Tish pretty well from We Print Wraps.
Yeah, Trish. Yep.
Yeah, so they're the ones that printed this out. But there was nothing on their part. But the way that Kevin was visioning it through his 3DS program, it wasn't going to work out that way. So I had to sit there, and gosh, I probably spent like 6 hours like trying to sit there and like create boxes and the highlights and go, no, I need this and that, because he sent me the flat design of how this, how he grabbed the panels, and then I had to go and actually sit there and make squares and boxes and say, no, I need this area printed out to make sure that I can swing it around this way.
All to make it seamless.
All to make it seamless.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And that's the shit that the client never really sees or even gets brought up during, picking up, and be like, yeah, only if you knew how bad of a nightmare it took me to line up that fender with that hood, with that, front bumper. You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of planning.
That was really the only issue with that front bumper, because through the design, obviously there's a bunch of bleed room.
Right.
From where he has the design, but, I had to sit there and like re-highlight and go, no, I need this area because I needed to start here and I needed to swing around, and that's, in terms of being a wrap installer, those high points and those low points, and, where you got to tack it on first and swing it around, and, once you see that and it doesn't work out the way it should be, there is no like being a Superman there.
Right.
You just know for a fact, you're just like, dude, this isn't going to work.
Right. It's not even worth tackling.
Right.
Yeah.
If it were just your regular color change, sure. But, I'm sitting here trying to line up graphics with, where the top of the hood meets the front bumper, and then where the fender meets the bumper.
Right.
And the angle of it was just like, no.
It just ain't gonna work.
Right, no fucking way.
Now you guys don't do any printing in house, obviously, right? You guys outsource it?
Yeah, we outsource it, but we do have a large plotter. We do have a large GraphTech plotter.
Nice.
I think the largest one, the 7600, which is damn near a 6-foot plotter.
Yeah.
And going back on that, if you look at my profile, Mac_Wraps, there is a Volkswagen that I have under there, which was for this girl Chanel, and that I had designed by Profile Art. Have you heard of them?
Profiler? No.
Profile Art.
No.
Profile Art. He's located out in Ukraine.
Ukraine. Oh,
yeah,
I think I might be following him.
Yeah, Profile Art Design.
Yep.
Yeah, so I actually went with him, and he came up with this design for me for this girl Chanel. She had an R32, a Volkswagen R32.
Love the R32s.
Yeah, fifth generation, and so again, Chanel is one of those people that I just know from the modified car scene.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about earlier, you know, and one of the major things that I love doing about rapping is that I have the ability to travel also. So, you know, I'm down here in Southern California, and at the time, she was living up in Portland, Oregon.
Jesus.
Well, and she flew me out to Portland to do her car.
Get out.
Yeah, but I'd never been. I had never been to Portland. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So she wrapped my car. She wanted to do something super extravagant. It wasn't just a color change. You know what I mean? We're talking about dealing with a graphic designer and all this other shit. And but her car, we didn't do printed. It was actually layered, plotted. So
masked.
over at yeah.
Oh.
So, but over at California Motorsports, I used their plotter. I used their plotter, and I was able to plot out this whole design, and it fucking worked great. Chanel ended up finding a friend of hers or a coworker to where I was able to use her garage and place all these graphics, and I don't know. It was the first time I've ever been to Portland.
Holy
and her
shit.
and I went out to Multnomah Falls, which is this big area, this big hiking section where you go and there's a whole bunch of waterfalls and shit. The thing that really tripped me out about Portland, it's always wet up there, if you will.
Yeah.
But compared to down here in Southern California, I'm looking at all the plant life, and I'm going, what the hell? There are plants growing out of plants here. You
Right?
know what I mean? There were plants growing out of plants. It was just mind-boggling. I've never seen that before. It's absolutely beautiful out there, but I think a little too wet for me, if you will.
Yeah. Well, you're so used to the sun, dude. It rains what? Fucking, I think I heard on Joe Rogan's podcast, it rains like 37 times a year or some shit.
Right.
And it's not even that long. Like you guys get a sprinkle for 10 minutes and that's it. You know what I mean?
Well, so then even going back on, you're out there in Boston and you're talking about 17 degrees and, here we are and it's 55 and, we're all becoming little babies but God, for the greater portion of the month or so, it's been nonstop rain. It's been nonstop rain. And, just as a Southern Californian, I'm done with this rain, man.
Yeah, anything wet sucks for us, dude, because it's rain. Water is our fucking enemy. That shit gets behind the vinyl. You throw away the panel. Done.
I know. It's
you're not fucking with it. You either have to have a pressure, an air compressor to blow all the air out and get it completely dry.
Right.
Or you're getting the car in the night before and then hoping to God when you get there in the morning it's dry. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a gamble. It delays everything 24 hours.
Easy.
Yeah, dude, without even a fucking batting of an eye. You're getting rain and it's raining, you fucking lost a day. Period. You're not making up. You're not making that up unless you're working on Sunday. But how often do you travel? Do you get to travel a lot, given that you're the head installer at this facility?
Again, I mean, the travel mostly comes from people that I've known from, in the modified car scene. So Chanel, I mean, she lives out in Arizona right now. She was out in Portland before, but now she's got the Fiat. And I haven't posted her on my page yet because, she's been getting her wheels fitted on. She's got wide body going on. But she actually came out here to San Diego. She drove all the way from Arizona after she moved, and she came and dropped her car off, and she actually came out here.
Dude,
and
is that the Fiat underneath your tagged photos?
No, you're probably thinking of the one that's in the color change, right? The blue green.
I don't think it's got some type of graphic on it. I want to say it's purple or pink, maybe.
The Sailor Moon graphic.
Yes.
Yeah. So I haven't posted that on my page yet because I want to get the good shots of when it's actually completed. So that was actually another one that I had profile art designs and we print wraps print up. But when she got here, she had this all planned out. You know what I mean? She was gonna have the wide body fitted on, and then she was gonna get the wheels put on. But then when she got here, it just turned into a complete shit show. You know what I mean? She couldn't find anyone that was gonna do the wide body install, and then she couldn't find a tire shop that would put tires on her wheels. Excuse me. But, so, I mean, the only thing that was really going right with her was the wrap. So even though she didn't have the wide body put on her the wheels, I said, well, I'm still going to install the wrap, that just makes sense to me, I guess. I don't want you to come out here all your way just for nothing. I mean, I guess at some point we can just get the other panels printed out and have it matched up for the wide body fenders and the rocker panel and whatnot. And then I did have a small issue with the print also. When I received the print, I guess since they printed some on 60-inch material and then some on like 48-inch material because that's what they had. But the bumper and the hood were completely off color.
Oh. That can happen.
Yeah, but Trish was nice enough to reprint me a whole roll at no cost.
That's the luxury of having your prints outsourced. Like, just think about it. God forbid you had material at your shop, you've already printed it, you're laminating it, you're getting ready to install it, and then you realize, oh shit, the hood color doesn't match the bumpers. Like, what went wrong? You stuck that cost of material, that ink, that time, and you're screwed. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, even with that, I couldn't even imagine doing it myself. But I mean, my hat's off, or my hat is off for Trish. And, obviously coming through and reprinting a full roll and, covering my ass.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a big sponsor of what Trish does for We Print Wraps. She's a sponsor of the show and everything. And sometimes people just don't think like, oh, how about if the roll's fucked up? Well, fucking call her, ask her, she'll fix it.
Right. And at the end of the day, it's not something that I can necessarily be mad about. I mean, it's our business. This is just how it goes. And I know it's not. It's no one's fuck up. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's not.
Just kind of happen.
Yeah, it's not user error. Sometimes it's a fucking machine error.
Right.
Maybe you had to calibrate the head, or you ran through so much ink and you switched the head, and now you're on to another project, and you're gonna get that color shift regardless. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it is what it is, but the likelihood of it being on someone that does wholesale, you know what I mean, is like, that's on them. Like, they're taking that burden, And,
right.
And the stress is just off of the end user, which would be you and I, which is great, man. I mean, I wish I had We Print Wraps 10 fucking years ago. Because
Right.
how many times do you go to a guy, you know, your neighbor, hey, can you print me something? And like, hey, but I'm going to resell it. So don't put it all the way in. Just a little bit. You know what I mean? Give me a little bit of give me a little bit of meat on the bone. I want to make a little bit, not get fucked. You know what I mean? You go there, and something, you know how much this shit costs. Ink, laminate, media, you're fucking into it, $250.
Paying employees.
Dude, it's crazy.
I know, well, that's what kind of blew me away at first, is because, I brought up this issue, and, I can show you pictures later. It's definitely off,
Yeah.
But, this isn't, whether it's a company vehicle or if it's a show car or not, I guess it's really not going to matter. There was still an issue, but, they obviously owned up to it, and they said, yeah, well, we're going to reprint you a new print at no cost. And I said, holy shit.
No question.
Right.
No questions asked. No bullshit.
Perfect. I want you on my team.
Right? Dude, it's phenomenal that, no questions asked, to show them pictures that it's fucked up and they'll fucking fix it, dude. It's insane. It's such a great thing, and it's no bullshit. And it's exactly what they say.
At the same time, it's like, that's what everyone would expect. But I think, in terms of today's marketing,
right,
or today's market, sometimes you don't get that. You know what I mean? You get totally fucked by something because someone doesn't want to own up to something, and I don't know. That's what just really, that's reputation.
That's exactly what it is. And you know what? They rather lose the money on the media than lose a client.
Of course.
That's the way I would look at it,
Of course. That's good business.
Absolutely. That's, like you said, that's who I want on my team. If there's anything going wrong, I know they're going to go up bat for me. And it is what it is. It's crazy. Like I said, I wish we had it 10 years ago. I probably wouldn't have bought a printer 10 years ago if we had true wholesale printing prices.
Right.
I'm good with that. You know what I mean? It's just amazing. The marketing plan, it's been a little over a year. Creeping to 2 years, I think now.
Right.
They've been doing it, and every day is a new project. Every day they're getting more and more business. They're printing more and more. They're experimenting, printing on other medias. You know what I mean?
I actually, so I met her, not just this last RapsCon, but the first Long Beach one, not the last one, but the one before. I didn't go this previous one.
2017?
2017 in Long Beach.
Mm-hmm.
I met her out there, and at that point, I hadn't really done any graphic installs, and I wasn't. At that point, I also wasn't with California Motorsports at the time. I was kind of, doing more so my own thing.
Yeah.
And she was actually a contact that I wanted to have. You know what I mean? I said, like, wholesale printing? What? You got to be kidding me. God, yeah, I'll take your business card. I'll take your pamphlet here. And, so I met up with her, and, I've seen it all unfold right here,
Right. Now it's they're printing their own custom patterns now, and shipping. Orders of 500. $500 shipping free. How can you fucking say no to that?
Right.
You print a wrap, you're guaranteed to be over $500. Easy. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're getting it free right to your door. Boom. You don't have a designer? They fucking have designers there.
Right.
It's like fuck. It's like having your own shop and having your own employees without the hassle of having payroll at the end of the week.
Right, exactly. And I mean, so before, have you ever? I don't know if you guys have there. Have you ever heard of Speed Pro?
Yes, Speed Pros. Yeah, there's a ton of them up here.
Yeah, so I mean, before I used Speed Pro, and they're good guys too. I mean, the Speed Pro here in San Diego is pretty good. I know the guy that runs that place, Dan. I know their designer. I've used them before, but, you know, since they're a little more aimed toward, you know, the commercial side,
Right.
you know, once I saw what Trish was doing with her business and more of like the custom, you know, more so graphic things, that's what really turned me to her.
Yeah.
You know, because she was focusing on that market, and that for me is like that perfect market. That's the kind of market that I'm looking for.
Right.
You know, so she might have a little better understanding whether it's design or printing, you know, exactly what I need and am looking for.
Right. Yeah, they're a little bit of both. You know, whether you want commercial, whether you want custom, they're down to print whatever it is, they'll print it. You know, as small as a project may be, some door lettering, they'll fucking print it. It is what it is.
Right.
It's just insane. It's an awesome business, and I'm glad that we have that for our industry. For people who can't afford a printer or, you know, or need to, you know, make a little bit of money and still have some meat on that bone to make a profit.
Exactly.
You know, that's the biggest thing.
Gosh, they do what, like $350 a square foot? That's like unheard of.
Yeah, dude.
That's like unheard of. It's at least out here, like in Southern California, it's at least, you know, at the minimum, like $6. $6, maybe $6.50, $7.50 sometimes, depending on some people. But you know, you see that $3.50, and it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't know how I feel about this $3.50.
Too good to be true type of thing.
Yeah, you know,
believe me,
but
they have the testimonials, and even with yourself being an end user, you know the type of quality they got. I mean, they're printing on those HPs, and they're shipping them out like next day. You know what I mean? Most of the time, and quality trimmings there, your profiles there, all your panels are numbered, lettered, whatever. Like, how can you fucking say no to that?
I know.
Jeez. And you're spoiled. You're right there. You know what I mean? Arizona's next day?
That's all it took. That sold me real quick.
Me, I'm waiting 4 days at least, maybe a little less. Debating, you know, on how busy it is or if the weather's going to be an issue. But it's still, you know what? I'd rather wait and save that extra cost than purchase it locally and get charged double. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. And then obviously, you know, you mentioned the price to your client, and you know, they're like, "Oh, I don't know about that price," and it's like, "Well, that's the price I'm going to charge because that's what I got to pay." Right. You know, you can. It's so much easier to entertain that option when you have that option to have that wholesale and say, "Hey, you know, I can actually get this design printed at a really good price, so I can give you a really good price, and now guess what? You're my client."
And there's no second guessing when you're going out. I mean, I'm sure that was the hardest part for you in getting started. When you'd go out and survey a vehicle or go look at a project and they're like, "Oh, you know, can you give me a quick price?" And you're like, okay, if I go see John, you know, if he's busy, he might jack up my price. If he's not busy, he might jack up my price. Like, you don't know your end goal. You could be at $5.50 a square. You could be at $7.50 a square. You know, how do you judge pricing based on the unknowingness of what you're going to get charged? You know, that shit sucks.
You're sitting out here with a fishing pole trying to reel in this quiet, and you're not sure what you're trying to fucking do. You know, you're like, God damn it, I need to catch this big fish because it's right here, fucking right there at the hook, but
and then at the end of the day,
maybe I'm not using the right bait.
Right. Yeah, that's what it's about, dude. Not using the right bait. You hit it on the head. Knowing that you're always going to get that same price every time, you could be like, okay, this is amazing. 3 foot by 4 foot. You're talking fucking 12 square feet. It's going to be my price, $3.60 a square. So I'm going to be at like 20 something bucks. So I'll fucking hit you up for 75. You know what I mean? It's easy math.
I mean, the good thing is too, is that like, even with like, you know, the designs, you know, I'll work with certain graphic designers, and then, you know, I'll just, you know, they have their own in-house designer.
Right.
You know, where you just ship it over to them, and, you know, you're not completely sure on the total square footage that it's going to take to, do a car, but once you send them this file, they say, oh, okay, well, here's your price. This is how much square footage it's going to take. Perfect.
Right.
Fuck yeah. That's all I needed.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's not my field. I just do installs, man.
That's it. Just give me the film and I work with my hands. Nothing else. That's so funny. But and it's ironic enough that like you never really a lot of the people in the industry will transition or dabble with both ends of the industry, the commercial side as well as the restyling side. You have no fucking desire in installing commercial shit, huh?
No, I mean, I've done things here and there, but again, when I started this, it's all about, being in the modified car industry.
Right.
Again, for me, commercial wraps are just that. It's commercial.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not about commercial. I'm all about fucking custom.
Mm.
I love custom shit, and that's, I don't know, that's where I find my passion.
Yeah.
Shit. Sure, I can install a fleet design on 10 different vans and whatnot, but guess what? It's going to be the same story every fucking time.
Yeah, I'm not all about that, dude. I want a different fucking chapter every day.
Yeah, it's like, I like being challenged.
Yeah.
I like being challenged, and sometimes it can get frustrating, but, it's to a point where it's like, yeah, I don't want to sit here and, install this same ramp on a E350 fucking Ford, and, even though I'm going to get familiar with it, and actually, so over at California Motorsports, we have an account with Marvin K. Brown, which is, San Diego's #1, dealership for, Cadillacs, GMC, and I've done a lot of blackouts on Escalades.
Yeah.
Even I think one of the Escalades that came in here that belonged to Floyd Mayweather's fucking fleet.
Really?
It was one of his fleet vehicles, and that's good money blacking those out. And it took me a few Escalades down to really figure it out, but it gets to a point where it's like, oh god, it's fucking another Escalade. Even though I know how to do it, and I know, I turned 10 hours into 4. I'm still going to be getting paid the same. It's like one of those things where it's like, god damn it, I really don't want to do another one of these.
Right. It gets depressing. It gets depressing because you're not mentally, you're not being challenged, and you seem like the type of person like every day you want to learn something new.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Fucking Mayweather, that dude's got money to fucking burn.
Hey, I mean, he's the money team, right?
Dude, you know what I heard, and it's kind of funny. You said he had a black. I heard on I forget where it was. I might have been watching a YouTube video running down a rabbit hole, but he's got a fleet of white vehicles in Florida and a fleet of black vehicles in California.
Yeah, so then that makes complete sense.
It does. When you had said that, it sparked it.
Yeah, so no, out here in California, I guess. Now, see, I didn't even know that what you just told me, but I mean, it makes complete sense because there was an Escalade. There was a brand new Escalade that brought in, mind you, these are $100,000 Escalades, and they're really nice. I've had to drive them back and forth from the dealership a couple times. They're really nice. I want one myself.
Well, if you start doing enough of them.
There was even a time where one of these, I think it was a silverish Escalade, and I was on my way to drop it off over to Marvin K. Brown, the dealership, but I actually stopped by Sellers to pick up some material, and I had working there. He said, "Oh, that's a nice car." I said, "Yeah, I wish it was mine," But I'll tell you what, I certainly felt like a baller driving it.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
I mean, the stereo system is fucking super bumping, and I mean, shit, you'll get up to 90 miles per hour and you think you're doing 65, you know?
Yep. They're big. They're big, but it's deceiving when you're driving them.
Right.
They're definitely haulers.
They're nice. They're definitely nice lifts.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, that makes complete sense when you say that he's got the white ones over there in Florida and the black ones here in California, because the one that we did was black, and then even the chrome trim, I blacked all that out.
Wow.
So I mean, it's completely murdered out. So that makes complete sense.
Yeah, it's insane. The guy buys them cash, and he just, all of his crew members that, come out with them to different places, they all just hop in them. He's got like 10 deep lined up at the airport. Just hop in one, everybody fits in and go.
One of the ones I did this, and he's one of the street vehicles. Here's the other thing too is that, so you can over them at CS, those front wheels are a bitch to wrap. I don't touch the front wheels. I don't do that. They paint them.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's in terms of profit margin, it's much better for them to paint the front grill. They paint they paint the front grill, and they do an excellent job at paint. I think there's like the front grill, and then like by the fog lights, there's 2 little balances that they paint. But other than that, I do the door handles, which usually has like a chrome surround on the outside, and then the window trims, the step, the automatic step that folds out. I'll do that, and then the roof rails.
Oh Jesus, the roof rails.
Yeah, well, the roof rails aren't that bad.
No,
they're not that bad.
Does it have a little chrome piece on the back bumper too, where the tailgate comes down?
Yeah, you're right. There is a surround on the back that I do too.
Yeah.
But again, I usually do all of that except for the grill.
There's a fucking half a day right there.
Yeah, sometimes I get so busy to where it's like that turns into a 2-day project.
Yeah. It's a lot of tedious shit. You know what I mean? It's
a lot of tedious shit, especially not so much. No, I've kind of got this down to a formula, but the window chrome surrounds by the windows, like the lower portion.
Mm-hmm.
I actually put those on the plotter.
Oh, and just
I put those on,
you cut them exact?
Yeah, I cut them exact.
Damn.
I don't do any top cut. I don't do any bottom cut. It's not so much about time, but I'm not sure if you're familiar with Audis and their chrome trims, but there is absolutely zero play space.
No, because it's rubber.
Space, you know what I mean?
It's rubber on the top and rubber on the bottom. It sucks to cut.
It's not like you can just reach your blade in the back and cut it.
There's
what I mean? It's like
there's no shallow spot.
Right. You're gonna fuck it up if you try and cut it by hand. You know what I mean? No doubt.
Yep.
So no, I usually throw that on the plotter, and I think it's like 1.025 inches or something like that. It's, but, at that point, all I have to really do is just line it up at the top, and it folds right down, and, I slide it to the left, slide it to the right, and just cut it at the ends, and, that's one piece, and that one piece only takes me, 5 minutes.
Right. Well, you got
instead of
4 doors.
Well, and again, with me being so ADD, I got to figure out how to do this shit fast.
Well, you start templating.
You know what I mean?
But
but if I'm working fast like that, I'm gonna fuck some rubber up.
Well, yeah, if you're cutting it with the blade, yeah. But if you template the handles, man, you template that roof rail, dude, it's literally a DIY install at that point.
Right, and I mean, I thought about little things like that too. So like my buddy Tony, like I was telling you about, he's the one that I had to hop off the phone with you real quick and talk to him about the plotter.
Yeah.
He's he's got that technological mindset about things.
Yep.
To the point where, you know, I have a Samsung, but there's a couple of guys that have iPhones, and iPhone, you can make a template real easy. In terms of measurements and, you know, cut it out on the plotter, and now you got your own little custom skin,
Right.
if you will, for your iPhone. But yeah, Tony's really good at that. And, yeah, I would have no doubt that he could probably even create a template for me just specifically for these Escalades, you know?
Why not?
They're well, I mean, they're so specific.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, in terms of, you know, I was talking to him about even just like, dude, why don't you make a little side hustle real quick, dude? You know, just make you know, you open up an eBay shop in Etsy or something, and, you know, you just cut out a bunch of templates, and, you know, you can just do custom shit like this, man.
How easy is it? A little tiny plotter at home. You make a couple templates, you make a couple bucks. Now you're a fucking sticker guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's crazy. But that's the end result with a lot of people. Like when they first start, that's kind of what they want to do. They want to create a bunch of fucking products, put it on eBay, make a fucking website, a Shopify, and just sell the stuff. You know what I mean? Cause they're on niche. You know it is, dude. European cars. I'm a European car. I got a fucking 91 Passat, dude. Thing's got 166,000 miles on it. VR.
Wait, you said a 91?
No, 2000. No, sorry. What did I say? 91? Fuck. It's getting late for me, bro. Fucking 2003. I don't know where the fuck I got 91 on that one.
I had a 97 Passat. That was the Passat that I was talking about. What year is it, bro?
Bro, it's a 2001. I love Volkswagens. If I could fucking maintain them, I'd have so many. I used to have.
Yeah, no, of course. And well, that's my thing too. Is I'm mainly a Volkswagen guy. And then even going back on like, here's the thing about the Bugatti, right?
It's fucking.
You know, that's just that's a $1.5 million Volkswagen
with a fucking Volkswagen motor in it. I know. It's stupid, ain't it?
Here was the trick too. So you know the beeping sounds that your Volkswagen makes when you turn the key on?
Yep.
The same exact fucking thing in the Bugatti. And right when I realized that, right when I turned the key, I said, yep, it sure is a fucking Volkswagen. I know that beep.
It's crazy, dude. It's like, it's okay. My piece of shit Passat's the same thing that's in the Bugatti. Cool.
Right.
Well, no, but it's like two of my motors in there. You know what I mean? But yeah,
right.
I mean, they're kind of, you know, they're great cars, but again, they're European cars. They're very particular. They're very expensive to maintain. I don't know why I keep on buying them, but I just love the thrill, dude. what did I have? I had a 2001 GTI. I had a 2003 1.8T, brand new off the showroom. That thing was fucking phenomenal. The only gripe I had about that was when they had the recall for that particular year, make and model for the oil pump going.
Huh.
And I fucking blew my motor. Tell me I blew my motor at 50,000 miles. I was pissed. Cause then my warranty was up. And I almost thought I had to buy a new motor. And I ended up
so I think, we were talking about door handles and, the removal of door handles. And I told you how, like, BMW has this little trick where you got to enter that butt end of the handle in order for it to click, in order for the door to open.
Yeah.
I think the biggest pain in the ass of door handles that I've had to deal with were Porsches. I had to do a Porsche, can't remember if it was Macan or a Cayenne, but it's basically an upscale Porsche or a Volkswagen Touareg.
Yeah, makes sense.
One of those the Porsche SUVs, and the thing about that is that the mechanics of it were so wild. I think the thing was like a 2002 or something like that. And you got to think, gosh, there must have been like some global, like, engineering war.
Yeah. How can we
You know what I mean?
overcomplicate this fucking handle?
Right, the Americans are doing it like this, so let's do it like this. It's like, why the fuck would you do that, man? It doesn't make sense. They were like the biggest pain in the ass fucking handles that I've ever done. I mean, like you said, you said you've done Mercedes, so it's literally just that one bolt.
Yeah.
Inside, and you pop it off, and it pops right off.
That's it. Done.
Fuck no, this thing had like this carrier bracket and all this other shit, and I mean, it took me like a whole day to figure out these fucking handles.
But it's like one side will come out, and then you got this little plastic clip over the bar, and it's like you gotta twist the fucking thing out, and then if you break the clip, goddamn, fucking, there goes the door handle. You're fucked.
Right. It trips me out, the engineering between manufacturers and the date of the manufacturing. Like I said, this Porsche, I think it was like a 2001 or a 2002, and you gotta think, gosh, what was going on in 2001 or 2002 to where they actually thought that this would be a good idea?
Well, they don't expect the shit to be taken off. That's the biggest thing. If it gets into a fender bender, it is what it is.
And if you try it yourself, guess who's going to be getting paid? Porsche. Because they're going to be bringing that shit into Porsche.
Yeah.
Because you can't fucking figure it out.
I don't want to know how much a door handle cost from Porsche. Oh my God, you might as well lost your shirt on the job.
Actually, on that point, right now, I actually just went in the hole with the Tesla.
Oh, what happened?
So it's a Tesla Model S, and this is a return customer from when I was out, completely solo on my own. And I went out to go do his job mobily. And the mirrors are auto fold.
Right.
They're auto fold mirrors. And most customers, you can't get that deep inside of it to where it's not going to grab if there's any sort of lift. You know what I mean? Sure, you can put primer down, but how much can you trust that without getting full coverage?
Right.
So the way that these Tesla mirrors pop off is like you give it a lift from the underside and then you pop it to the side and it will come up. And the only reason I realized through California Motorsports, I mean, they just opened up their fifth location, and their third location, which is up in Orange County, just in terms of the guys that run the shop there now, they were my buddies before, and I brought them to the original shop, and now they've got a shop out in Orange County. They started that shop. They were going to go under their own name, and then they made a business deal. You know what I mean? So now that's California Motorsports 3.
Wow.
And they have an account with Tesla, so they work on Teslas all the fucking time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to go do this Tesla, I had to call my buddy Eric, who just assembled these mirrors all the time. I said, hey, how do you do this? And he said, you got to lift up that under a certain way, and it pops right off. Okay, cool. I got the mirror off, no problem. Right? But when it came to getting it back on, since they're auto-folding mirrors, they have like this plastic ring that has like a stopping clip to where, it doesn't go too far, it doesn't go too far inside. And trying to make that smart, like I ground down the metal too much. I fucked up the plastic, and even though I was able to like kind of go over it with my buddy Eric and shit, the next day I called up my buddy Eric. His parents live in Alpine, which is I don't know, maybe like a 30-minute drive east from San Diego here.
Yeah.
And I called him. I said, "Hey, are you at the shop?" And he said, "No, I'm actually with my parents. I was asking if he's at the shop. He's going to hop on Facebook Messenger real quick. Go over this with me through my video so I can figure out how to get these fucking things on." because I tried all fucking night for like 2 hours and I can't fucking figure it out. And, you know, it became a complete mess. But he said,
Over a
I'm
mirror.
actually here on my parents. I'm here with my parents right now. I said, dude, come help me, please, man. You know, I need to get this guy taken care of. And, you know, it was one of the things where I was like starting to look like an idiot.
Last ditch effort.
Yeah, you know. Well, and then, I mean, those Teslas are really touchy, man.
They are.
So his again, this was a return customer of mine. He brought in his S model to me about 2 years ago. I did a blackout on it and whatnot. And again, with auto folding mirrors, you know, I ran into this problem where, you know, it lifts and, you know, it's going to grab and whatnot. But that wasn't the big issue. The big issue was the tail light. The tail light has like a bunch of, you know, double-sided tape, glue, and, you know, there's just a certain way to pop them out. And when he first came in as a customer, I cracked the tail light. Not like super gnarly, but, you know, enough to crack it. I was like, hey, sorry, man, I cracked the tail light. You know, this is a brand new Tesla. And then, so now he's coming to me again. And I fucked up his mirrors, you know, it's the worst, it's the worst fucking feeling, man, you know what I mean? Because I took off his rear Tesla, his chrome piece that has the badge, like it's kind of like, inside of the chrome trim, if you will, and I got it off fucking perfect, you know what I mean? Because I ran into this issue before. He's like, yes, fucking, I did it without fucking it up, you know what I mean? And that, but then it comes to the mirrors. I had my buddy Eric. He was in town and he came over and he's sitting there and he's fucked around with these Tesla mirrors before. And he's had to replace them himself too because he's been through the same issue. And he literally only took 10 minutes and he sat there and tried to like screw it on a bit and he was like, "You're gonna have to fucking replace this shit." Fuck.
Oh.
Damn it.
What the fuck does that cost for a new mirror cover?
So it's not the mirror cover. It's the actual, you have to buy the whole assembly.
The whole fucing mirror.
The whole assembly. It's not like just the glass. It's not the mirror cap. You have to buy the solar panels that are inside of it and everything. And I tried, yeah, I swear to God, I'm like scared of Teslas now.
Jesus Christ.
You know? So, I mean, I think I only charged the guy like $450, which should have been like real quick. It probably only would have taken me, you know, 4 to 6 hours to do this chrome delete. You know, real quick. And, I tried to go on eBay and find the parts numbers. And the fucked up thing about Tesla is, you try and call their parts department, you leave a message, no one gets back to you.
Right.
It's like it's like one of those companies where it's like, what, are you too technologically advanced to talk on the fucking phone?
It is.
You know?
It is.
But you can get to them through email just fine.
Yeah, you
know
can
what
order.
I mean? And you can actually talk to someone. But, you know, anytime that you call the parts department, no one ever picks up. You try and, like, call, and you're just, like, fucking running a bunch of hoops, you know? And it's like, what the fuck? You know, I just want to talk to someone. And my big thing is before I bought them brand new from the dealership, I wanted to talk to someone and give the VIN number of the car and say, hey, what's the correct part number for this? Because I don't want to just go on eBay and say, oh,
they won't
yeah,
tell you. They won't tell you.
Right.
They don't give you shit. Bro, you can order parts in the car. You can order parts. They'll know exactly where you are, you know, what temperature the fucking car's at inside. Dude, it's fucking scary, bro. Teslas are great cars. When I can, when I can afford one, I want to buy one. I want one.
Right.
I do. I think it's such a great thing for the environment, one, and they're the fucking fastest cars ever.
Right.
I
know they're quick.
Have you been in Will's Tesla? His little SUV one?
No, I haven't. But I know he's got it all dialed up.
Dude. So he took me from RapsCon over to the Raps VIP over the bridge there. And
right.
And apparently he put it on fucking ludicrous mode. And dude, he sat, so it was me, another installer, and Dan Lundberg, and then Will was driving. I was Dan was in the front, me and the other cat were in the back seats. Bro, my head hit the back of the seat so fucking fast. I was like, where are we going? Fucking space, dude? What the fuck's going on? You know what I mean? Like, it's just
and I know that to be true also because like so I used to have an RC car, but you've got people that run, nitro gasoline cars.
Right.
You've got people that run electric cars. Now for me, I ran the electric cars and I know how fucking fast it is. There's no fucking motor lag. There's none of that shit.
There's no drag.
It's powered right. It's right to the wheel.
Instant.
And, so when I hear that about Tesla, I know that to be true because there is no like building up of the motor. It's that instant direct torque and power right to the wheels. There's no lag.
Dude, the fucking thing's a spaceship. Like when we pulled up to the car, he hits the fucking buttons and the gull wing doors in the back open up, the fucking trunk opens up, the back trunk opens up, or whatever they call it, the frunk or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, things is just fucking, dude, it's such a sick car. And then he's driving, no hands, just fucking letting the thing go, and it just, you tell it where to go and it fucking drives for you. Dude, like, mind blowing.
Here's the interesting thing too is that, so this guy that I was doing the blackout for, I've got to replace the mirrors, blah, 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 but he's actually an orbital analyst for NASA.
Wow, dude.
Well, so it makes sense why he would buy an Elon Musk vehicle, right?
What? The company probably bought him it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Who knows? It's insane, dude. and it's cool that, like, I know, like, up here, whatever, we're very, whatever with, cars and how they are and fumes and all that shit. But like California's on a whole nother level. Like they just passed that bullshit with the exhaust. You know what I mean?
There's already a repeal for that going on right now. There's people out here in California that are getting tickets for completely stock vehicles.
Well, I mean, you guys probably have an abundance of, exotic cars that just, they sound the way they sound and that's just the way they're made. And they're probably getting ticketed left and right because of the sound. And they have nothing to do with that. But like, the laws down there or whatever, you know what I mean? It's crazy. When I was there,
it's completely outrageous.
When I was there, I couldn't believe how many Teslas I saw. I was really blown away on how many Teslas I saw. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. People are actually giving a shit about, the earth and what we're fucking taking in. Cause, obviously the pollution there, you see the shit where you are.
In terms of aftercare, I actually have to educate people on that because our pollution rate out here in California is so high that we have a high acidic amount.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where it's like, yeah, if you have any moisture on your car, we wipe it off right away. Don't let that shit just sit there because it will create it.
Right.
I've had customers that come back to me, what the fuck's going on with it? It's like, well, obviously you're not taking care of it.
Right.
That's what kind of comes with California, I guess, is on high acidic fallout. You can't let any little bit of moisture sit on this. You have a car sit for a month, and then if your motor goes out and you got it sitting there for a month, now you've got this one, these balls of moisture that are sitting in the same area that is full of acidic fallout.
Yeah, you get the water rings and shit.
It's not so much water rings. I mean, I've come across like actual pitting.
Oh.
Like actual pitting, like really bad. But at the same time, it's like you don't. It's just like getting a paint job. You don't go and get a paint job and think, oh well, my car's invincible now.
Right.
You've got to make sure that you wipe it off and wash it, and the aftercare is what's most important.
Right.
And thankfully now, we've got, Ceramic Pro, specifically for vinyl and PPF that, helps out with that, because I think here in California, that's a huge market.
I think so. I think you guys get harsher weather.
Market. In terms of price, sometimes people get a little turned off by it, but, at the same time, it's like, well, do you want to spend this much money for it to just go to shit? Or, you can spend a little more and be ensured that it's going to last a little longer, because it's not, the acidic fallout that we have here in California is not going to penetrate the wrap.
It just prolongs the not washing side of things. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you don't wash it for a month, well, it might not be that bad if you ceramic pro it. But I mean, if you're a person that drives it every day, you have to take care of it.
Well, and see, that's what I've kind of been blessed with. The fact that, I told you that, I started out in the modified car community.
Right.
The good thing about those guys is they wash their cars all the fucking time.
Right.
All the time. They constantly keep their cars clean. You know what I mean? There is no letting their wrap get dirty.
Right.
So I've been blessed with that. Again, some people get their car wrapped and they think it's just like a complete force field of not having to wash their car,
They just think, well, it is a protective layer at the end of the day. I mean, if they don't care what the wrap is, whatever, they're protecting their paint. It's better than nothing. But when you get people coming back, in 6 months and saying, hey, what the fuck's going on with the wrap? Well, when's the last time you washed it? Well, the last time I picked it up. Well, there's your fucking problem. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, you gotta wash it. Yeah. I mean, it's a great upsell. I love Ceramic Pro. I had a pretty detailed conversation today with someone locally, about Ceramic Pro, and just getting his opinion on it, because he details cars too. So it's like, is it even worth it? And, he told me, he's like, dude, anybody that drives a car every day, it's probably not the best thing, because it's still going to scratch. You're still going to get pitting. You're still going to get, water bullshit. It's more for like the people that have the antique cars or the exotics, that they don't drive them every day. They'll be protected for those moments, but it's not out there in the elements 24/7. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, the price, it's a great alternative. You don't want to wash your wrap? Spend $500, $600, $700 Ceramic Pro it, and then you don't have to worry about it for a little while.
Is that what they charge out there? $500, $600?
That's what I heard. I don't know. What are you guys getting down there?
No, it's like around 1,000 out here. 1,000?
Holy shit!
Yeah, like I said, we're paying for California sun out here, man.
Yeah, I guess. And to be honest with you, that's probably not like Ceramic Pro pricing. It's probably like another brand. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's a couple brands out there. But who knows?
Quartz is pretty good.
What is it?
Heat Quartz.
Heat Quartz. He was saying something about a UK brand, something UK, that works really well. And for the price, it does the same exact thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the other thing is too is honestly, all of that ceramic stuff, it comes out of the same plant and manufacturer. It's just got a different label on it.
Right, and it just depends on how many coats you put on it.
Right.
You put 3, you put 5, you put 10. I mean, whatever. You know what I mean? But it's a great upsell, and it's a great alternative to waxing the vinyl, or who wants to fucking wax a wrap? I don't.
Yeah, but, I mean, I guess my major thing when I tell people about like aftercare, it's not so much about wax. It's at least a spray wax. And when I had my Volkswagen, I swore heavily on turtle wax ice.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in a blue bottle, and every time that I would wash my car, I'd just put some on a rag and wipe it down. I tell people this all the time with being out here in California. We got a lot of sun. Now, if you're going to go outside and be in a lot of sun, you want to put on some skin protectant, right?
Right.
Same shit with your car. moisturize it a little bit, man, or else it's gonna fucking dry up.
It's gonna get a little ashy. Fucking
Right.
put some lotion on that thing. It's it's crazy. I mean, that's the things that a lot of us don't realize is, protecting your car. I mean, now with the cost of PPF, I mean, I don't think the pricing has come down, at all for PPF, but I see a lot more people getting it. And then I see a lot more people getting wraps too, just because it's a cheaper alternative, half the thickness of a PPF, and you get a little bit of a different taste of what the car is. If you had it for a few years and you want to change the color, boom, instant gratification of getting a new car. You know what I mean? Yeah,
no, of course. And I tell people this all the time, so like if I'm like in an Uber ride or something and I'm like talking to someone and I'm telling the guy what I do and he's like, why would you do that? Why don't you get it painted? It's like, okay, why the fuck would you get, a 2015 Lamborghini or Ferrari painted just because you want it to fit your taste?
Right.
When the paint is, just fine. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. Why wouldn't you just wrap it if you want to change the color of it? And guess what? It's going to, preserve the original paint that's under it. What if you have this thing for, 10 years, you get it wrapped twice, 5 years at one time, and then 5 years down the road, you get it wrapped another color, and now it's time to sell it. And now you're able to take off the wrap and say, hey, guess what, new owner? This paint hasn't seen the fucking light of day.
Right.
And it's got immaculate fucking paint. It's just as good as the first day it was wrapped 10 years ago.
Right. You're preserving the factory paint. We all know, like, if you are to paint any panel on an exotic, it causes a red flag.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You've lost thousands of dollars just because of that. Cheaper alternative. And you don't have to, you can reap the benefits still later when you take it off. You're not going to lose that value. It's so great. I mean, it's tough to explain it to somebody who might not
totally understand.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like someone who's not into it. It's a hard sell.
That's where we come in as people in the industry and say, hey, well, this is how it is. And, we're educated enough to know that that's exactly what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? But again, I don't think anyone that has like a 2015 or even older than that, I don't even think someone that has a Countach with original paint that might have some fucking is just going to go out and get their shit painted. You know what I mean?
Right.
Unless, even though I'm all for wraps, there are certain classic vehicles that I just say, no, you don't wrap this, you fucking paint it.
Right.
You think of like, say like old Volkswagen, not bugs, but like, the multiple panel vans and whatnot.
Oh, the buses.
It's like,
yeah.
It's like, no, this isn't something that you wrap. I mean, I will wrap it, but this is probably something you should get a really decent fucking paint job on, you know?
Right. It's a classic. Like, put the paint on that one. You know what I mean? I'll let the paint gods take that one this time. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I mean, or even look at like, down here in San Diego, I mean, we're only, half an hour away from the border, so we got a lot of guys that have the low riders and shit. And, with the multiple flake paints and
right.
The
candy colors,
the abalone inlay and all that kind of shit.
Yep.
And, sure, that can be accomplished by a wrap, but I wouldn't suggest it. You know what I mean? This is probably something you should get painted, man.
Yeah. Take it back old school.
It's I don't know. Again, just being like an automotive enthusiast in terms of like customs, like that's, I can do it, but I don't know if that's necessarily the right path to take, but
hey, you know what? You're making a good project for yourself.
You're probably get this shit done and get flamed by all your homies, man.
Yeah, you know what? Kevin did that. Kevin Kempf, PG Nola did that with the Impala build he did. And dude, it's still the biggest staple out there. I mean, people still talk about it, bring it up. Yeah, could someone have painted that? Sure. Could he have spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of doing it? Sure he could have. But to make a statement, to make a product, to show the capabilities of what the wrap can do, phenomenal, dude.
Right.
Fucking.
Yeah, no, that fucking, you're talking about the Joker build, yeah?
Yeah, dude. Like.
Yeah, that thing is fucking nuts, dude.
You can't, like, it took a lot of patience, took a lot of hours, the embossing on the roof, dude. Like, come on. Like, who the fuck thinks about that shit? That was well thought out, and it was to the T where that, like, if somebody looked at it, they'd be like, damn, that's a fucking hot paint job.
And I've been following Kevin for a while, and that's actually what really turns me to him, is that, you know, he works on those certain sort of cars, and he makes that kind of shit happen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Where it's like, it goes completely against the grain, but, you know, he's the guy that fucking does it. He's the guy that makes it happen, and all of a sudden at the end of the day, you're like, holy shit, he fucking did it.
Yeah. Boom. And then he sets the bar. You know what I mean? Right. And then it's just on to the next one. What else?
For him, that is like the ultimate, like, that's the epitome of a paint is dead situation.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, not even dead. It was fucking murdered in that scenario. Insane, dude. I get like chills just like thinking about it. Like I just know the amount of work, you know, sitting down with Kevin and talking about the details and what he put into that thing and like amount of hours and how quickly he kind of turned it around. You know what I mean? It's just phenomenal, dude. Like who the fuck, like you see that, you're like, oh, I got a lot of scrap, a lot of test material. Let's just fucking do it. You know what I mean? Brand new shit out of the market. Yeah. Dude, I love the industry so much when I see somebody take things to a new level and just look outside the box and use materials and combine materials to create a masterpiece, dude. Like, I'm sure you're just waiting for that one fucking project, which could even have been that Bugatti today. I mean, that alone, dude. Yeah. Done. You know what I mean? Feather in your hat for that one, bro. You know, but you're just waiting for that next huge project to walk through that door and be like, yeah, I've been waiting for you, bro. Let's fucking get it done, you know? Thank you.
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it fucking was, man. Being over there at California Motorsports, you know, they're the ones that brought me my first Lamborghini, my first Ferrari, and, you know, ever since then, you know, I've worked on these cars before, and I've done it here and there, and again, you know, it wasn't that it turned off my interest, but it was like, oh yeah, another Ferrari, oh god, another Lamborghini. But once the Bugatti rolled up, dude, I was like, oh my god, here it is. This is the fucking one, dude. you know?
Yep. That's fucking crazy, dude. That's crazy. Yeah. Fuck, we're creeping on fucking almost 2.5 hours almost? Creeping?
Are we there?
We're almost there. 15 minutes off, give or take. We'll wrap this thing up because I know you got places to be, things to do, and I want to be respectful of your time as well.
No doubt.
Is there anything that you might want to talk about that we didn't bring up during our conversation? I know we talked about a bunch of shit on this episode, man.
You were talking about the Lamborghini with wrap legends earlier.
Yeah. So you helped out with Will on he rebranded the Lambo he had before with the BARP, what do they call it? Is it BARP? BAP? The BAP design he had on there.
Gosh.
But you did that new one. Before it was the BAP one, and he's got this weird one that's got like, it's a blue background with like kind of like paper planes on it.
Planes on it. Yeah. So that's I don't know if you've heard of Race Service.
Race Service.
Service. Yeah, look them up. So they're an automotive shop, and they do a bunch of different high-end cars too. But they're like a shop that does artistic sort of things. You know, they'll bring in local artists to do like certain things on whether it's their cars or I don't even know the full details. But no, I think it was probably like a month before SEMA, just recently, they threw out an Instagram, you know, kind of shout out, hey, you know, calling all installers sort of thing. You know, we got some SEMA projects coming up, and you know, I thought, okay, you know, I kind of shot my information over there, and you know, I wasn't even completely sure of the details, but the owner of Race Service, James Kirkham, he's got AMG GTS that was originally like this bright green, almost kind of like this toxic acidic green, if you will, and he got it wrapped satin black. I actually really like the green, to be honest, but but not everyone's a fan of green, you know?
Yeah, teach their own.
So I mean, all of a sudden it's like coming around to SEMA Crunch, and they ended up hitting me up, you know, after, you know, a few weeks back. I sent them my info. I said, hey, if you need an installer, let me know, you know, yada, yada. And all of a sudden there I am at Race Service. I'm helping them wrap the Lamborghini. I'm helping them wrap the AMG Mercedes. And I didn't do the paper plane portion of that, but I did do the color change, which was just in some 3M satin dark gray.
Nice.
And I helped them do that, and like, you know, it's got this 1016 wide body kit on it, and it was a lot of fun to work on. Besides that, the other fun thing I'd like to talk about is next month, from what I understand, I'm going to be on Motor Trend Network for Discovery Channel. Motor
Trend, dude, what?
Yeah, I don't know if I didn't go over that with you.
No, we didn't bring it up yet. I know we talked about it off air. We've been DMing and you've been sending me photos. So what's the details on that? How'd you get involved with that?
So I got involved with this again through the automotive, the car enthusiast, modified car scene out here in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And I did this with a shop that's called 9K Racing.
Okay.
And they do a bunch of manufacturing, aftermarket parts, and they build a lot of parts for race cars, like whether it's like time trial racing, drifting racing, you know, they do it all. They just recently moved to Vista, which is from San Diego, maybe like a 45-minute drive up north. It's not terribly far. I guess it's like right in the center between like San Diego and Orange County, if you will,
mm-hmm.
but a little out east. And they put out a Instagram kind of call out. Yeah, we need a rap guy to come work this magic. You know, I hadn't been following them on Instagram, but you know, after checking my mutual followers, I realized how many of, you know, whether my friends or clients, whatnot, had been following them. So I kind of sent out a mass message that said, tell them to fucking hit me up. Tell them to hit me up. Tell them to hit me up. You know, your boy's right here, you know? Yeah, your boy's right here. You know, the San Diego boys right here. I got it. It kind of turned into a thing where I didn't even know this was going to be like filmed for a TV episode. I thought, you know, I was just doing it for the shop, and, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, make my name worth even more, if you will.
Right. Get a new client out of it.
Right. So, after that stemmed out, I ended up meeting with Joey, the owner of 9K. And he said, yeah, your name came up the most out about 40 recommendations around San Diego.
Jesus.
About 40, yeah, there was about 40 different recommendations, and my name came up the most. So I guess I marketed it pretty well by promoting myself and say, hey, you know, pick me, sort of thing.
Worked.
You know?
Yeah, your friends vouching for you.
Yeah, well, like I said, well, and that's, I mean, the car that they're building and the audience that they have is the same sort of audience that I had when I started. You know what I mean? With in terms of the modified car scene.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. It's right up your alley.
Right. These are by no means exotics. You know, I do show cars, you know, wide body cars, you know, things that are not just, you know, just your average typical car. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Bugatti's cool, but it's not custom. It's another Bugatti.
It's not your daily driver. Yeah, right.
Even though the Bugatti was cool, you know, what if Liberty Walk fucking did a fucking wide body kit and shit? And,
yeah.
You know, that'd be kind of a different story.
That would be like the ultimate FU.
Right. That would have been the plus one.
Oh, shit.
So I guess I got recommended out of the most for them. And then, I'm getting in talks with them and they want to do this custom wrap. And all of a sudden I'm hearing them talk about the fact that it's going to be like for Discovery Channel and I got to sign some paperwork and I'm like, wait, I thought I was just like sitting here to do a wrap. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's going to be for Motor Trend. And, so 9K Racing, they have their own show that's going to be coming up.
Wow.
They have their own show that's going to be coming up, and their first episode, it was a Mitsubishi Evo 10 MR edition, and I did a half and half on it, half camo and half gray. That was like the lightest gray of the camo pattern, and I got the camo pattern from Metro Restyling. And I guess with that, shout out to Brandon and Chris for helping me out with that. I called Brandon on that right away because, you know, I wanted to be half and half, but when it came in terms to being the gray portion, that was going to be the half. I wanted it to be the same exact gray. That was going to be the lightest gray
in the camo. Makes sense.
Yeah, because it needs to fucking blend. You know what I mean? It needs to fucking match just right. So I hopped right on that, and Brandon and Chris over at Metro Restyling helped me out real good. I ended up wrapping the car, and I hope I don't make myself look like an idiot, but you know, I've never been on film like that. I stay pretty ghosted myself. You know what I mean? I'm not the guy that like shows his face or
you don't
you know, has a YouTube channel. You know what I mean?
You don't. I'm creeping on your fucking Instagram. There's like one picture of you, one out of 300 and something.
I'm just not that kind of guy. I'm more about my craft. It's not about me. It's about the fucking the craft. You know.
I see what you're stepping in.
I'm just the guy that does it. You know.
You don't want to fucking self-bomb the photograph, dude. Fucking look at me. I did this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So anyways, yeah, I just recently got through this with this filming. This was probably. Like the middle of January, and the episode is supposed to film next month sometime.
Next month? So it's coming up.
Yeah, next month. Well, and so, I mean, they've got the regular guys that, you know, they put on contracts and whatnot, and they've already been filming other episodes. This car's already done, but, I mean, it's gnarly what they did to this car. I mean, they got thrown so much money to build this car, and they fucking built the fuck out of it.
Wow.
It was a bone stock Evo, and along with my wrap, you know, they put airbag suspension on it, fucking heritage wheels, put all these different upgrades on it for, you know, racing parts and shit. And I mean, it's gonna be pretty fucking spectacular. I can't wait to see the episode, even though I hope I don't look like a jackass, because
Did you get
I usually don't put myself on film like that. And, you know, I threw out a lot of
yeah. But, I think people know how many you've done through the podcast.
You know, Well, some of these producers, the producer guys, they're not like in the industry like you and I are, so they can't. It's not just a regular conversation. They ask me a question, and I'm sitting there going, "How the fuck am I supposed to answer that, man?"
Well, dude, you're put in the spotlight, and you don't want to come off the wrong way because that shit's being recorded. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, then at the same time, they're talking about how they want to not necessarily exploit me, but they want to, promote the shit out of me. You know what I mean? They want me to put my name out there, and they want me to talk about things that, would basically sell someone that maybe has never heard of rap.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
so
the questions that they were asking were just like so out of the ballpark to where it's like, I don't even know how to fucking answer that, dude. That doesn't make any sense.
Like, what's the chemistry of vinyl? Like, what is vinyl?
No, I think one of the things that they were asking was like they were talking about like the price range because I did mention the Bugatti.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's a fucking.
And they're like, oh, so this and that and blah blah blah, and it's like, well, it's not. I could be rapping a Camry and I'm gonna still find the same fucking passion.
Right.
So I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a fucking $1.5 million car or a fucking $25,000 car. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm still finding that same sort of zen that I get through this. This is what I'm passionate about. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter about the fucking car. The substrate is not the issue here. That's nothing to do with it.
You'd be the first to blow out a number on national TV. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'd wrap this guy for $3,000. Everyone's like, whoa, what? You're gonna get fucking hate mail, dude. I wouldn't wrap that guy for $3,000, dude. What the fuck? Like, dude, it's like pricing is always a fucking, like, it's crazy, man. Pricing's always a fucking thing on the podcast. I love it. People like crawl into like a fucking hole when I start asking pricing. You're like, what? Like fucking tiptoeing around the fucking question. Nobody wants to give me an answer. Dude, just give me an answer. I don't fucking care. No one's gonna bash you, dude. Pricing everywhere is different. You go down south, it's fucking cheap. I get it. I understand. It's crazy. You wrap a car down there, $2,000. You wrap a car up here, it's fucking $3,000. I get it.
Right.
It is what it is. I mean, pricing's going to be different everywhere you go. But at the same time, it should be fair. You shouldn't be undercutting yourself in pricing. If it's worth the craft that you're doing, you better be making money. That's all I'm saying.
Right, of course, and not fucking selling yourself short.
Right, dude. Doesn't fucking matter. Don't work for a fucking dollar, you know?
Yeah, that's the same thing that comes out with if you're living in fucking California, you know what I mean? You throw out a price and they're like, oh, and it's like, well, you gotta understand, man, you know how fucking expensive it is to live out here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And what you're asking for is not, it's not a necessity. This is a luxury, man.
Yeah, this is pure aesthetics. No, you ain't getting it. You're not getting anything other than a pure visual fucking stimulation. That's it. That's all you're getting.
Yeah.
Visual. Fucking nothing else.
You might notice a little more people tucking in your rearview mirror looking at your car, but
Right. That's it. That's the only thing that's gonna get your jollies going. That's it.
Right.
There's nothing else, dude. Or you'd be like the Bugatti guy and just fucking do it in gold chrome, and you're just that guy. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But dude, that's amazing. That's got to be a super huge accomplishment for you to be on TV and to be, filmed and broadcast and doing something that you love doing, that you do every day, Yeah,
and I mean, again, at first it was nerve-wracking, because I've seen the producers there before. They were filming before, so I kind of got to know the producers before, but when it was like my time, it was like, holy shit, this is actually really fucking happening, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I had to do two separate takes, and the one take that I did, I pretty much did the whole car kind of, without film. I think we had a GoPro at first, and I don't know if they're going to end up showing it or not in the episode, but I did do a time lapse of the side of the car. And, you know, the way that I do camo, it's fucking panel to panel, just like a commercial wrap. You know what I mean?
Right.
And instead of trying to line up panels, you know, it's got to go in one big piece.
Right.
It's got to go in one big piece. So I did it all in one big piece, and we did a time lapse of that. I don't know if they're going to show it or not, but the very last portion that I did was the hood. And the hood is a carbon fiber hood, and it's got these, you know, certain accents where I had to use a lot of knifeless tape, and because I wanted a lot of that carbon fiber to show. But, you know, at the same time, since it's a half and half, I still want camo on this side and the gray on the other side.
Right.
So, you know, there's these certain ventilation areas to where I said, yeah, you know, I'm going to be laying the knifeless tape down here, and this is, of course, so I'm not taking a knife directly to the substrate. And, you know, this inline knifeless tape, and this is exactly what it's used for.
Mm-hmm.
The first take was absolutely miserable. It was fucking miserable because I wasn't sure what to expect. It was like at the time I was totally ready for it, but I wasn't sure what kind of questions they were going to ask, what they were going to try and push for me to say. And even like Joey, the owner of 9K, my second take went well. My second take, it was cool. And actually the producers kind of cut out, and they were like filming another segment, and I was just left alone with the cameramen, which were not so much producers that were pushing my buttons. They kind of let me settle in my own little zone.
Do your thing, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But even after that second take, Joey from 9K, he said, you know what, the first take, it was terrible. I could hear it from the office. It was bad. But you know, but then he said the second take was, yeah, it was completely fucking TV acceptable. You killed it, dude. You know, so I don't know what they're going to edit in or out, but you know, I'm hoping for the best. And you know, in terms of you know, speaking off of the rest of the Rat family, I hope I make everyone else look good.
That's awesome. Hey man, it's all about bringing awareness to the industry, and you know, I see more and more shows using wraps on them, on, you know, any type of like velocity and all that stuff. I see more and more wraps out there, dude, and it's great because just a few years ago.
Yeah, look at Ryan over at West Coast Customs.
Right. Now. He's got a whole area just for wraps now.
We're talking about West Coast Customs that did fucking Pit My Ride, and now he's mostly fucking like he does. They do wraps over there all day.
Right. It's
you know
insane.
what I mean? That could have blew me away once I saw that, because I was like, holy shit, this is West Coast Customs. This is like the guy that I grew up fucking watching on TV, fucking doing Pit My Ride.
Right.
And now he's like this big fucking, not only just a custom shop, but now he's doing all these wraps.
Yep.
You know?
It's insane, dude. You got to go with the times. Ryan is a true testament to going from, you know, what was it? Maybe early 2000s to now, you know, from MTV to Velocity, having his own show and all this stuff, and just being an innovator in the industry too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he kills it. It's one of those things where I'm sure he has a lot of haters, but you know,
it comes with everything.
Yeah, but no, he's built that shit up, man. You know, and like you said, sticking with the times, and he's definitely done that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Let's wrap this thing up.
No doubt.
Casey, dude, absolute pleasure talking to you, bro. This has been such a pleasure, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your day, man, and to sit and chat, and I'm glad we got the time to sit and do this. Yeah,
likewise. And you know, I've been following you for a little while, and I've been listening to a couple of your podcasts, and it was kind of one of those things where, you know, when I sent you an email, the reason I sent you the email is because I was kind of sitting there thinking, you know what, I got a lot of shit to talk about. You know what I mean? It was I just knew that I had a lot of things that I can go over that would be useful for your podcast. Again, just even starting out from like this, all just kind of falling in my lap, and this isn't what I intended to do in terms of a professional career, and now here I am rapping a fucking Bugatti, and
yeah, 4 years in, man.
Now I'm gonna be featured on a fucking Discovery Channel episode. I don't know. I knew it'd be some good content for you, so
yeah,
by all means.
Dude, it's been great talking to you, dude. You've put out a lot of great pointers. We talked about a lot of great topics, and even the struggles. You know what I mean? Being new to the industry. I mean, 4 years in, and you're dealing with high-end cars day in and day out, dealing with the right people, creating opportunities for yourself. That's what it's all about, dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're not staying.
I mean, on that same note, I did start out, even though I am a solo installer, I have had an employee and I have had, my own business, if you will, but, going with California Motorsports, shout out to them. They're the ones that gave me my first Ferrari, my first Lamborghini, and now my first fucking Bugatti. They've been everything that I've wanted. I can wrap so many different, custom cars, and I love doing that. But, I think, let's be honest, every rapper's dream is to be wrapping these fucking exotic cars that cost more than your fucking house. Right?
Right. Well, doing something that you love and enjoying what you do and having a passion for the cars like you do. You know what I mean? It's just...
Right. And I mean, even with this Bugatti, I mean, I've kind of mentioned this to a couple of people. It's like, you start to date a chick and, she's super hot, but maybe her mind is a little less than perfect. So now you're trying to figure out how the fuck to get rid of her, and and you do it quick.
Oh shit!
That's all it is with some of these cars, man. First you get into it and you're like, fuck yeah, this is sick, this is cool. But now
it's like I want fucking out.
Fuck, I need to fucking get this shit out of here, man.
I need to get this thing out of here, and I need to go see a fucking bar real quick.
Right. Fucking, like even with the Bugatti, yeah, it's a $1.5 million car, and I was really excited to work on it. But toward the end there, I'm like, fuck, I gotta get this thing out, man. This is no good.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah.
Fucking great analogy. That was awesome. I love that.
I guess, on another note, I want to give another shout out. Not another, but shout out to Ryan Knoppers, Knops Raps.
Knops. Good old Knops up in Canada.
Yeah, so he's actually been, I call him my Instagram mentor. He's actually the one that turned me on to the Rap Institute. When I started doing this out solo, he was the one guy, since, he's a solo installer himself. He's got Jill now, but anytime that I ever had questions, I would be able to message him. I've got him on Facebook now, and even today, I'll send him a private message. Anything that I've got that's questionable, I'll shoot him that question, and he's always fucking answered it. He's always answered it. Ryan is my fucking boy.
That's awesome.
Ryan is my fucking boy. I mean, next to Justin Tate, obviously, he's given me that opportunity with the Rap Institute and being subscribed to that. But, again, Ryan, he's been that one guy, as a solo installer. I can send him a direct message and he answers all of that shit. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Because you can come across a shop and you'll, ask that sort of question to a shop, and they're not going to fucking answer it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Ryan has been has been there with me from the beginning.
That's
from
awesome.
the beginning. He's seen me grow too, and I know it. And yeah, I guess in terms of like inspirations, he's one of my highest.
That's awesome. Knops is a great guy, man. I haven't had the pleasure to talk to him, but he's really good friends with a good friend of mine, Chucky Cordy, and Chuck's got a lot of great things to say about him, and really respected guy in the industry.
I met Chuck again, not this most recent RapsCon, but the RapsCon before that.
Yeah.
And I mean, Ryan is really the one that actually kind of got me into using KPMF.
Yeah, great brand, man.
And I fucking love KPMF, but you know, KPMF is one of those materials where that's like that's for professionals only.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's super high tech, and you know, it's not like Avery where you can float around like a bed sheet.
Right.
You know, but once you get to use it, you're like, fuck, this shit's fucking bomb.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, no, Ryan's one of my biggest inspirations, and once I saw him using KBMF, I immediately thought, yeah, you know what, I'm going to start using KBMF too. And every time that I've used KBMF, I've never been let down.
Well, it shows you your capabilities and where you're at as an installer. I mean, it's not one of the hardest films, but it isn't the most easiest films to work with.
No, I've said that too, and you know, obviously, you know, everyone's go-to is like, oh, Avery. Yeah, Avery's good. But that's just because of the ease of install.
Right.
But, you know, obviously their adhesive is not super strong, and you know, you get lifting issues with Avery all the time, unless you do it the right way. And you know, when I was really early into my career, I used to love Avery, but I hated 3M. But now that I know how to use 3M, I kind of prefer 3M over Avery now because it sticks down well. You know what I mean? Same thing. It's the same thing with KPMF. The adhesive's a little stronger. I guess if you're going to DIY something, yeah, sure, go Avery. But if you're going to be a professional,
KPMF.
You know, KPMF or 3M. I mean, I love Avery again, but that's just because of the ease of install. You know what I mean? That's just like a bed sheet.
Yeah.
It's like a bed sheet. You can fold it over anything.
Orfold's still good too. Haxis another, you know, front runner. You know, Orfold's got the adhesives probably as comparable as KPMF, a little aggressive.
Well, so I actually, here was the thing between my station wagon and my buddy's Mercedes that I was telling you about. That was Hexus. I actually started out using Hexus.
Wow.
And my first RapsCon that I went out to, that was when it was in Indianapolis.
Yep.
And I met Ryan from Phenomenal Vinyl. And he was at that time, he was one of my greater inspirations because I had seen what he'd been using, and I was like, oh, this guy uses Hexus. Holy shit, you know what I mean? So it's obviously a reputable brand and this and that, so I started using Hexus, and when I went out to my first RapsCon out in Indianapolis, which was 2016, I met up with Ryan and I said, hey man, my name's Casey McRath, and he said, oh yeah, I think I've seen that name around, blah, 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 and I told him, I said, you know what, I actually started out using Hexus. I see that you use Hexus, and he said, you know what, that makes you a better rapper.
That's funny.
If you know how to use that, you will know how to use fucking anything.
Well, that's the thing. You know, back then when you know, you didn't have the air release, you didn't have the fucking repositionable shit. There was still cars getting wrapped with calendared film. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, we're a little spoiled now, but you know, when you can go back to those aggressive adhesives like KPMF or Fold, shit like that shit puts you right back in perspective. Like, okay, I really got to think about how I'm going to install this now. You know what I mean? It makes you think.
That comes up all the fucking time. You know what I mean? When it goes from car to car, it's like, okay, this one I'm installing in Avery, or the next one's going to be 3M. The next one's KPMF.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you fuck up a panel or two, but then it brings you right back, and you're like, okay, I know what I'm fucking with now, you know?
Well, you want anything, go talk to Alltac. You know what I mean? That don't have
Right.
shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I like to see that come to the States. Alltac, you know, and see how good, we can install that. We should have a competition on installing Alltac here. We should get a bunch of rolls and have a bunch of like premium installers be like, okay, let's wrap this car. Who can wrap this side of the car the fastest with the least amount of issues, you know?
Well, you know, but I mean, on that same note, I've even told people this because, you know, I've had customers and clients or whatnot that ask you, oh, well, what do you use? And it's, well, like I use a bunch of different brands of film, and, you know, they'll want to kind of go a little more in depth about it. And, you know, I say that, you know, obviously Avery is the easiest to install. 3M is a little pricier. You're obviously paying for the name, you know, fucking 3M makes fucking Band-Aids, Scotch tape, fucking Velcro.
Right.
You know, for me personally, just as an installer, if you will, that's what it comes down to is like, you got to know how to install these different sort of films. You know, it's a completely different ballgame when you call yourself an installer that only installs Avery.
Right.
Or you know how to install all these fucking films. You know what I mean? You know how to install all those films, and that makes you a true installer.
You got to be diverse.
You know,
yeah.
Working between those different platforms.
Right.
You know, oh yeah, well, I only use Avery. I'm not even going to let you look at the 3M book. Well, what kind of installer does that make you?
Right. Well, that's foolish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to be diverse in every aspect. God forbid you see your client, you give your person one color swatch, and they're like, okay, this is the only blue you can get. But then they see like a 3M one online. They're like, oh, but I really like that blue. And then you're an asshole and you're like, oh no, I don't want to install that. Well, why?
Okay, yeah, right. Exactly. I mean, I will say I won't touch Vivid.
Vivid is a DIY. I think I had this conversation a couple podcasts back, but like Vivid is a DIY installer vinyl.
It's DIY Amazon and eBay material.
Right. Yeah. It's the do it yourself at home, tinker on the weekends. I want to wrap my roof, want to wrap my hood, or even my whole car type of thing, because it's not for long term, and it's priced for the end user to purchase it and put it on.
And usually that ends up as a job security for me, is that they're going to bring it into me because they fucked it up terribly. And it's like, well, yeah, you're using this really shitty material. No wonder he fucked it up, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it has its purpose, just like Plasti Dip has its purpose. You know, it's just, I mean, you don't see somebody, you know, that's a weekend tinker buying 3M 1080, knowing exactly what they're purchasing and spending, you know, $800, $1,000 in film and wasting it.
Right. Well, and that's what kind of turned me on to Hexus, and that's why I started out with Hexus, because on Metro Reselling, I think it was like, you know, for a full roll of, you know, 3M or Avery, it's, you know, close to $600, but, you know, the Hexus is only like $400.
Well, look at Cheetah Wraps, Frank Feller's brand.
Yeah.
Woo!
Right.
He's fucking stirring things up in the market right now.
I've yet to try it out.
Dude, I've heard really good things about it. I've heard really good things about it, durability wise, and the way it lays really nice. I haven't gotten my hands on it, but I had someone locally reach out asking me if they wanted me to come down to the shop and try it out. They wrapped a couple things. They love it. I haven't gotten anything yet, but I've seen videos on it. Frank's really on top of his social media with the Cheetah Wrap stuff, and I think he just posted something today about his Rolls Royce, a little update on it. Make sure the mirrors, you know, showing the mirrors, how they held up, you know, and everything. And dude, For what? It's $349, $399 for a kit.
It's ridiculously cheap.
What? Like,
I know.
and that's not a DIY. That's, by all means, that is not a DIY material. That's an advanced material, for an installer.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's not Vivid at all. It's 3M at a DIY price. You know what I mean? Fucking great. It was only a matter of time before somebody came out with something, priced lower with the same quality.
Oh, sure. And
You know what I mean?
it's only going to move forward from there, you know?
Right. Well,
but
look at the prices every year. 3M goes up 3%, 2%. Avery goes up 2%, 3%. The fuck?
Right.
They're just pushing us out, you know?
It should get lower, if anything.
Or fucking just cap it. Tell me what the final number is and stop going up every couple of years. Or every year. Or twice a year. Fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like why do you gotta go? I mean, I'm griping over fucking $30, $50, but at the end of the day, you go enough, you know, a couple of years, you go up $100, $200. Well, what the fuck? I don't want to buy your material anymore. Like, stop. Like, we're gonna buy it. You know what I mean? We're gonna buy it. Just stop going up on the price. There's no need for it.
Yeah, no, I mean, in terms of inflation, I mean, that can be hard to, you know, even just in a matter of a couple of years, it's hard to even explain that to a customer, you know what I mean? Where, you know, maybe you have a customer where it's like, yeah, I got to charge you a couple $100 more because the price of material went up, and, you know, they're kind of sitting there scratching their head going, well, you know, why am I paying more? You know, I'm a return customer.
Right.
It's hard to get that across, you know, it's price of materials. It's not because I want to charge you.
Well, you know what the flip side is? It's the commercial end of it, okay? When you're locked into a contract for fucking X amount of vehicles and you're rolling into the next year with those amount of vehicles, well, now the price went up. Well, how do you tell a client you've already got them locked in at a certain price that now it's going to cost you fucking $100 more a vehicle on your end? You either what? You lose it and you fucking bite the bullet and say, fuck it, whatever, I lose $100 per vehicle, or you tell the client, hey, you know, I gotta redo this, you know?
Right.
That's an awkward conversation to have.
Yeah, exactly. Or, I mean, you know, even, I guess as a consumer, you know, it's hard for someone to walk in and hear that when, you know, they've been a loyal customer, and by all means, since they're coming back around, maybe even give them a discount. But now that's not even the choice. Like, I can't give you a discount because unfortunately the manufacturer jacked up the prices of their fucking material. So I can't even offer you know what I mean? But I want to keep you as a client.
Right. It's crazy, dude. And this is me looking at both sides of the coin.
Right.
I'm not being biased as someone who sells the product. I'm looking at it as someone who buys the product too. Like, this stuff should be already at its max. I understand the cost of materials sometimes, you know, has to reflect maybe, you know, it's coming from a different manufacturer or it's getting produced somewhere else. Okay, I get it. But at the end of the day, you know, for what? I don't know. I've been buying materials since 2009-ish. So you call it 10 years. You go up 3% in 10 years.
Yeah, it's a shilla, man.
Do the fucking math, man. Do the math. Holy shit, that's a lot of money. You know?
Right. Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's just one of those things. And like I said, this is me looking at both sides of the coin. I see it on my sales side end, and I see it on someone who would buy a wrap and look at it in that aspect. Cause you have to put yourself in the consumer's shoes that you're selling the product to. So, and everyone's got to say something about it, you know? You either see a spike in sales and the 3% didn't do a dent, or you see a decrease in sales that now people are looking to alternative materials to do installs with, you know?
Right.
I love to see the numbers from when the increases happen, maybe 6 months in, and see if that fluctuates up and down compared to year by year and where it goes. Because, I mean, wraps are getting more and more popular. I mean, look, they're on TV more often. They're being a little bit more, you know, well known or used in different aspects, you know, and, you know, it's people know about it. You know what I mean? That's basically what it comes down to. With 10, 15, 20 years in, people know this shit. So it's like, so people are asking questions. They're getting prices. Well, you know, that, again, that's the whole thing. Why is so-and-so shop 10 miles from me fucking $700 cheaper than me, and he's buying it from the same guy I'm buying it from?
Yeah.
What's the problem? Like this, like what do you say? What do you say to that? Oh, the guy down there does it for $700. I don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, he must be getting the backdoor deal or something, because there's no way. We buy the same booklet, same pricing. He doesn't get any less pricing than I do. What the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, at the same time, I guess this is what I've heavily preached. You know, it all comes down to craftsmanship. You know what I mean? You can have a shop that has, you know, so many different, whether it's installers or, you know, their price differential, but, you know, everyone holds their reputation. You know, obviously, I think, you know, out here in San Diego, our biggest wrap shop is SD Wrap.
Right.
And, you know, they do all the YouTube kids and, you know, all, you know, they got some pretty big name clients, and, you know, they have to hold it to that. But, you know, obviously you can't expect to charge the same price and give a lesser product.
Right.
You know, and people are going to go to SD Wrap because they know that sort of quality. But, you know, until someone like myself or any other shop pushes out that type of quality, you shouldn't expect that sort of payout. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, you know, whether it's a publicity thing or not, you know, that's what it comes down to. And that's what I'm about. I'm about my craft. You know, I call myself the imperfect perfectionist, you know, but, I know, even not just so the money, I know my personal satisfaction is coming out of the fact that I fucking killed it.
Yeah.
You know, the money's just a bonus. The money's just a fucking bonus. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
But, you know, when it starts out with it, I know that I killed it. I fucking slayed it, and that's what comes first. You know what I mean?
Money comes after that.
Right. Well, and that's what it takes to make that kind of money. You know what I mean?
Right.
And again, you know, I'd be okay with not making as much as I did, and, you know, still pushing out that same kind of work, because I get that own personal gain and satisfaction knowing that I did that sort of good job.
Right.
But I know for a fact that I get paid well because I do that sort of work.
Right.
You know?
You can always keep on pushing forward and pushing the envelope and pushing your skill set because you're able to do so. Anybody that gets paid shit only puts in shit. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
You don't pay your employees right. And this goes with any business. You don't pay your employees right, they're not going to do right. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Getting $8 an hour doing what? Pushing a fucking broom? You think they're going to push that broom 100%? You think that floor, you think you're going to be able to eat off that floor? Absolutely not. Ain't going to happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? You give that guy $20 an hour to push that fucking broom, he's going to get every nook and cranny and corner of that fucking building. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's in anything. It's in anything, dude. And when you have that money backing you up and you have that support, you will do better. You will do better. It's guaranteed you do better. You know? It's kind of fun. I don't know. It's kind of funny how money, like for some people, like, I don't know, it might get weird, but like, I feel like when you make a really good, like, amount of money, you act, you feel, you do different, like, but if you're like poor as fuck, I feel like those people are the most happiest, I feel like, because they got nothing, you know, they don't need nothing to fulfill anything. They're just happy. You know what I mean?
No, of course. I mean, what better gratification in life is there to be good at something and then get noticed for it and then, you know, be paid off for that?
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't make sense to sit there and be treated or paid like shit and just be like, well, why am I even fucking doing this?
Right.
You know, I mean, again, you have that certain passion, but you know, being recognized for it is the ultimate.
It's tough, dude.
You know,
it's tough. You know, in this industry, it's kind of like your ultimate satisfaction is to kind of be where you're at, be at a good shop and working and getting your paycheck. You don't have to worry about your paycheck. The work's already there. You just have to come in and perform at your maximum fucking, you know, your maximum. You got to be 100% every day. You come in and show to work, got your tools. Let's fucking slay it today. When you're out there, you're fucking hustling. You're worrying about your fucking paycheck. You know, it's right when you first started. You're living job by job. That sucks. You know what I mean? And I feel like people get like, I don't know, they get like this business thing, like, oh, I'm going to start a business and I'm going to have all this free time. No, dude, you're going to have to put all your time into the business. I'm sorry. You're going to lose 5 years of your life. Easy.
Right.
Trying to start it.
Yeah.
You're going to have to baby the shit the whole way. Like, there's no letting off the gas. Your fucking foot is the pedal is down and pinned for 5 years starting your business. Right. You have to hit that fucking ground running, dude, running. And you can't look back because that's when you get fucking tripped up.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I've been, man. Like I said, I don't know, I just got done with my first Bugatti and, you know, never in my life, I don't think if I were in any other field, I might not have even been so close to the Bugatti, but, you know, I got super intimate with it and I touched every inch of her body.
That's it. And then you told her to get the fuck out. See ya.
Right.
Get out of here. Enough with you.
Right.
There's the door. Yeah. Don't let it hit you in the ass on the way out. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. All right. Let's end this fucking thing for the fifth time. We're creeping over 3 hours right now. We're fucking doing it. I'm about to lose my voice. This is crazy. Well, dude, again, absolute pleasure having you on. Let the listeners know where they can find you, man.
Yeah, so my Instagram is Mac_raps. Don't confuse it. I tried to get Mac Raps as a whole name, but it's like some dude in like Lithuania or something, and
beat you to it.
I've been tagged in his fucking his Instagram a couple times. You know, some people won't put that underscore, and it's like, no, that's the wrong dude. You know, I think the guy only has like 130 followers or something. And
that's funny.
But no, that's not him. So it's Mac_raps. I got to bring my website back up, but it's macraps.us. And then, you can also find me on Facebook, which is facebook.com/MacRapsUSA.
USA.
As a whole.
Perfect.
Good old United States of America.
That's it, bro. Gotta change it up from the .coms.
Right.
That's awesome, man. Dude, absolute pleasure having you on the show, dude. I wish you well, for the rest of 2019, man.
No doubt. Thank you for having me on.
What's up, folks? Hope everyone enjoyed this episode. Thank you to everyone that tuned in, and thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to IBOW Training, offering a variety of training options such as training at your shop, group training classes nationwide, and even private design print profile training through remote login. Learn more about IBOW at ibowtraining.com. Thank you also to We Print Wraps, the industry's #1 source for wholesale printed wraps, offering free nationwide shipping across the U.S. and Canada on all orders over $500. And don't forget, exclusive listeners of this podcast save 5% on your next order when you use promo code all wrapped up at checkout. See why industry pros love them and visit WePrintWraps.com. Till next time, folks, that's a wrap.